That is a good. That is a dare. God dang it!
I'm sorry. I forgot to remove it. I forgot to hide it.
It's all good. I'm glad people can still enjoy dare.
She
If
lied.
only we could send it. Yeah, it's my little setup for D&D. And then
That is
usually
a
it's
cool
like,
setup.
yeah, usually
Okay.
my background is like a spring type.
Oh,
One
it's
of
Zorro. I was
those-
trying to see who. Sorry, I was trying to see
Yeah,
who
it
the
was
figurine was. Zorro, right?
Zorro,
Gifts
Zorro.
of every single figure that I have on my desk, quote unquote, it's a side table.
I didn't realize it was such a small disc. I literally,
Yes, tiny.
I'm sorry. I literally thought like it was like a pad, and then the bits along underneath the window with a disc until it's like, oh no, that's actually the wall. Oh my god, that's such a small disc.
Yeah,
This
like
Daedra and Flight is too
I have to like shake people now, being like, "Don't give me any more figurines. I can't fit them on my desk."
I have no room.
Just stick him to the windowsill.
Okay.
Hey, what's your address? I'll send you a desk.
Scam
Me and-
RNG?
You haven't been able to fit your disc in where you are, have you? Have you? You got yourself a new disc at one point, didn't you, mate?
Thanks, Desert.
Yeah.
This might be
And
the
it's not
last
working in your new place, or?
D&D.
Yeah.
And oh, it is? Okay. All right. Cool.
Basically, me and Ben are gonna be getting L-shaped.
Sorry, that sounded like a dirty term for sex.
Like a sex position, yeah.
We're gonna get
No,
L-shaped,
L-shaped
man.
desk.
We're gonna
you
get
say?
L-shaped.
I'm
Alright,
mature.
Kate wants us to have a
Weird.
drink.
That's been the flavor of the day, by the way.
Ugh,
So,
Twitch is weird.
which is very weird.
which is weird.
I'm getting shown a lovely person who's doing a ASMR thing, but they are where your clothes at.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that one as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the
yeah,
fuck?
it's,
What?
it's the,
On the
yeah,
Twitch
it's the
homepage.
person. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
Oh.
where your clothes on?
Also, y'all need to hydrate.
Yeah, I already have.
Yeah. Drink.
I'm busy.
Stressing.
I'm trying to find where I hid this because I didn't mean to hide this source. I didn't mean to hide in the source.
Man, I think I need to start spelling names out for you guys again.
I don't know. Farouz Marat, that's how I've been spelling
It's
it.
not
and
just
you
that. It's
can-
just, I actually forgot all about it. But in the YouTube videos, there's one about cat and salt, and I'm kind of like, oh my god, you've literally spelt it as the word salt.
It is salt.
Because she got salty
She's salty.
with us.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
so
a-
glad that we played Final Fantasy together so I could spell it.
So you know how it's spelled, yeah.
Yeah.
I
I mean, the whole idea is you put her name together in one word, and basically the end of her first name and her last name makes it sound like an assault.
Holy shit, it do too.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Plus, I think I've already told you guys the in
Oh, hi Victoria.
Syleria etymology of the
Hmm.
of the
Hi,
name
Blake.
Quinesta. So yeah.
Here's the thing. I told you guys that I would happily upload the videos if you guys wrote the things.
Ooh.
True.
And I've just been doing it anyway, and it's all wrong.
I
So-
think
Oh, well, it's kinda
justified
cute.
some.
I mean, to be fair, she was a bit salty at the time. She's actually a
salty.
very bit. She's very salty most of the time. Anyway, hi guys.
Oh,
So I don't have
Salty
Murat's
mum.
name as Murat. I have him as Jackass, and that is
Oh.
the only way
See-
that I have referred to him in my notes. And I'm like, oh, it's Murat.
I tried to write that he was a butthead, but Twitch says that butthead is not a nice term, so I'm not
Yeah.
allowed to put that in my
Call him
Twitch
a
description.
groupie.
Oh, there are so many interesting like I was going to do one of my Baldur's Gate ones where I had creeping through this creepily place, avoiding all the creeps, and apparently creeps is a banned word.
Creeps is a bad word.
Creep.
So I
I
couldn't
love
have
that.
creeps in my title, and so it's like, well, that was the whole point, is to have creep as many times as I possibly could in the same title.
Creep. Damn. That's pretty funny.
Yeah. I think I suggested a equally colourful name for the.
I think it was
the
asshole.
name. Asswipe. Yeah.
Asswipe,
He is
asswipe.
thus far more than well and truly deserving of all of those.
Gosh. But I guess we should play some D&D before
Yep.
you have to do a lot of ass wipes because you've got a baby on the way.
Yes.
Oh,
Speaking
what a
of which,
segue.
wow.
And
with
God's
that
just
lovely
timing.
note with absolutely no visuals to go alongside it, thank God. Yeah, let's play some D&D.
Thanks, Gummy. Thanks for 26 months. Welcome to the
Want to do
adventure.
a recap?
It went bad.
We're dying.
We're dying. We found an underground fortress thing. I don't know, ruins. It was more
Temple.
than ruins. Temple. That we think is
Of the
Very
keeper
s-
of cycle.
Keeper of the Cycle. It's a neutral entity. But the runes very
Was.
much feel like the
Was.
ones that we know in Terragonia. So that is interesting. And I found some interesting connection to a certain vision that my grandmother had. But also, we went through the building, and there was ants, and that hurt. We killed them, and then we turned around, and it went bad. I don't know what else we need to say before we just get into it, because
It went pretty bad.
it went pretty bad. Hi, Otto. Thank you for lurking. Ants.
So-
Slap ants.
I suppose we'll go with a brief little moment of where everybody's at.
Yeah.
Before we start here. Now I'm not talking about give me a detailed rundown of your hit points or anything, but where are you at this point? Because what's happened?
Mentally
Is-
scarred.
You guys came into the room
My
to discover
sister.
that Harkism, your werewolf ally, was lying on the ground in a pool of blood, and Faruz Marat, the guy you'd come here to try and expose/defeat as a member or leader of the slaving network, was holding Grit, your stone mage companion, up by the neck. Seket running on in. There
Doing
was
her
a bit of an
barbarian
exchange
thing.
with him smashing
Seket.
Grit. And there was a bit of a back and forth, and thanks to some very lucky rolls from Marat, as well as some invisible assistance from the now revealed Innistra, things did indeed go poorly for our team, and our lovely barbarian met her demise.
She died.
Why does the music keep lining
However,
up?
we did happen to have Freya Lise retroactively remembering that she
Always have
had the
to remember.
components. And you guys do have enough components for one more casting of that, as we discovered afterwards, due to some gem bags you guys hadn't delved into.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep.
I missed that
But-
'cause I had to skedaddle.
Yes. Yeah. Vanda, remember that you guys have been given as little rewards here and there a number of gem bags that you guys never bothered to look in. You just had them. And so we made a little bit of a roll to see what was in them, and we actually happened to get exactly one of the two numbers that was required to say, hey, yes, there is in fact a diamond worth 300 gold in there. Holy shit.
Or is there several diamonds that make up 300 gold worth?
Either way, yeah, it's either way. I'm not too worried about the exact wordings, like whether they say it's a single that requires this or a certain amount. That doesn't bother me. Let's just, you've got enough for the.
Can we have
for
it like
the repeated
head
casting.
canon? One of our long rests on the road is just we all watched Vander like bite each gem, and just he somehow knows how to grade gemstones, and like he's just gone. That's 300, and we're like,
Yep.
whoa, how do you do that?
That's his appraisal. Yeah, is by mouth feel.
yeah.
I actually rub it along the whiskers.
Oh
And it's the
yeah.
proper
If it can
No.
split a whisker,
Yes, I
then
like
it's
that.
sharp enough, you know.
Get that little
Yeah.
cartoon. Yeah.
That's good. Head cannon. Head cannon.
But yes, upon some predetermined time arriving, as Marat sort of said, he said our time is up. He and Innistra went to leave the room. Vanda pursued, striking out with a dagger that's been hotly pursued by other individuals in the past, known to carry a fair bit of power, but also potentially to be cursed. Striking Marat, doing a fair bit of damage because he had no resistance to it. And being struck by a vision yourself, Marat recovered because he rolled incredibly well on a saving throw, kicked you down the stairs where you were in a heap with the rest of the party, and activated a portcullis where he and Innistra began to walk away. Some of their last words, because I haven't managed to actually go back and take a quick look at it like I was going to do before I got home and I straight away jumped on.
I uploaded it. It's unlisted, but yeah, it's.
Yeah, no, I've literally got the VOD from the last time sitting up there.
Oh.
I never got to it.
She said something about timetables up. Shipment needs to move. He's
Yeah,
not
and
going to be
But
happy.
he's not going to be happy.
He's
He's not going to be happy, and it's about no plan survives first contact with the enemy. Timetables shift. We have to move. Something along those sorts of lines. But you guys probably weren't particularly interested in what they were saying, given the situation on the floor at the moment. I believe his last words also amounted to, whilst our time is up, our play time is up, it's time to eat. Just make sure not to play with your food too much. So we stayed in initiative order. So we do have the map up for in Discord for you guys if you want to. Oh, yep, cool. So we're just Frey needing to jump in.
Or I could move on stream.
What we're going to do before we jump into what's happening right now, because I was going to say, we'll have you where you're at, but what I'm going to do is very quickly, I'm going to go over what now happens with that dagger for you, Vander. I wanted to do it sort of on stream so people can see it as well. You already know it's a +3 dagger.
Yes.
So what's happened now that you've utilized it is everything pretty much stays the same. However, you now get to choose the damage type.
Okay, cool.
Whether it's force, necrotic, fire, or psychic. You will get to choose that damage type going forward when you get to use it.
Yeah.
You
However-
however, you also, no, hang on. You also, this thing is considered a legendary item.
Ooh.
Why does the
There's a
cat
bit.
get it?
I
No.
will give you a write up on it, but it's just going to take a little bit for me to get through it, but it's not going to matter too much right now. But we're going to, I just want to give you a quick rundown on it. So you are no longer going to ever be incapacitated by the dagger's visions when you are wielding it. Because it happened once, this is why this dagger now is awakening for you. That's all it took, is it required you to actually fail a saving throw, which you did the first time you used it, for it to actually awaken. So now, what happens with it, apart from the life drain, is when an enemy's struck with this weapon, they have to make a charisma save. The DC is 11 plus your proficiency. So I believe that's a 14. And if they fail that save, they are rendered fate-stricken. So the next attack that is made against them is at advantage and is an automatic critical hit.
Ooh.
Oh.
If on your dice you would have rolled a 20 to crit anyway, you get to add another instance of your weapon's damage dice, of your damage dice to it. So you're tripling your damage on a crit. And that is not just you.
Does that include
That's not
sneak?
that's not just the wield. Oh yeah, that includes all damage dice rolled in an attack. So that's not just you, that is the next attack. Their
Ooh.
next
so
attack,
good.
their next attack roll is also at disadvantage.
Oh.
If they succeed the save, they're merely disoriented. And the next attack against them has advantage, while the next attack they make against the wielder, so Vander, is still at disadvantage. That effect lasts a single round regardless of whether it gets used or not. Once that happens, that enemy cannot be fate-stricken again that day. It is not limited to one use per day, it's limited to happening once per target per day.
Oh, damn.
Okay?
Oh, wow.
Yes. You will never be incapacitated by the visions the dagger can impart again. However, because you have failed, you are now forced to be attuned to this dagger.
Okay.
If you you probably don't, but if you had the maximum number of attunement slots, I'm pretty sure you didn't, you would be forced to give up something other than the dagger. The dagger is now attuned to you. You are attuned to it. That's it. It can be removed, but I'm not telling you how. Is there anything
You
else
have to
that I should
slice
tell
off
you?
one of your fingers.
Oh. From now on, it doesn't happen this first time because, again, this is the attunement process. Because you are now attuned to it, when you apply Fate Stricken to an enemy, you will also gain a luck point.
Whew.
And that luck point will last until you use it or until a long rest. And again, because this Fate Stricken can be applied to multiple people a day, you can potentially have an entire recyclable luck point as many times as you want to use it.
Wow.
Like I said, a legendary item. Okay?
So, like, if I attack after Amanda does and they're fate stricken,
You gain
And-
advantage, and if you hit, it's a crit. You get that benefit. It's just the next attack. It's
Okay.
like a guiding bolt, plus it's got the critical effect on it. And
does
you
that
also
count like
you also benefit from the the extra instance of damage dice if you roll a 20.
does it have to be a 20 or because I'm a barbarian and
If
get
you crit.
brutal critical?
Critical, yeah,
Excellent.
critical doesn't increase your crit range, it increases your crit damage.
I thought it meant that I could get a brutal critical at 19.
I don't
19 and 20.
don't think brutal critical increases your chance to get a critical hit. I think it only increases your critical hit damage.
Oh, okay.
But
Isn't it?
it would
Fighters
still
have
yeah.
that where they.
There's a champion fighter that allows you to do that. They increase
Yeah.
the champion fighter allows you to increase your crit range. So, yeah. But yes, that is the effect of the dagger. I also went over the whole fact that you've now got a wee little bit of a scar in your palm. You will also note that this dagger, which we're actually going to keep the name Charmer Moria because I think that's cool. I forgot that I'd actually put that down as the name initially. Parts of the black of it have actually started to flake off, and the blade underneath is almost like a clear glass. Not completely, but you can actually see that black's flaking off and you can see clear glass.
So cool.
Yeah, there we go. So,
Wow.
now that that's out of the way, because I figured, because you got incapacitated by that last time, what are the chances you're going to want to use it again? It's kind of like, I actually really need to tell you what this means now.
He wasn't. He was going to use it again.
He was, okay. Well, there you go. Now
We're
you
in
you
Dark
understand
Vander arc now.
what you can
Yeah.
do with this and why it is a legendary dagger and why it is very well sought after by people who know what it can do.
Damn.
Yep. So, with that out of the way,
But it's also fucking cursed.
where are we at individually, guys? You guys, like, this has happened. We are still in initiative order, which I believe is still up. I still have it? I do. Awesome. So, I know that Freyalise was casting Prayer of Healing. Okay, so at this, you've got little gusts of wind and little snowflakes sort of whirling
Oh, yeah.
around you while you're sort of casting this 10-minute spell. You can, if you want, in this moment, stop casting that, but I imagine that's probably not going to happen.
No, she's frantically wanting to to cast it.
Gotcha.
And if she's doing that, because she was one of the first things that Sekit
Sekit would have
opened
seen.
her eyes to.
Yep.
And the desperation in her. Sekit is hurt. She's tired. She's gonna pull herself up into a standing position.
I was about to say, you are
and
conscious though, aren't
guard
you?
her. Yes,
Yeah.
I've got 7 hit points, and I'm gonna guard Frey with my life.
Okay, so
You also
That's
have
go
don't
back.
forget you have on your chest
Oh, the
the
guy.
glowing ruin.
Yep.
Rune.
So,
Father.
yeah, because Vander got knocked down, so we'll find out what he's doing. But Nofrit, at some point, was just kind of screaming about what was going on. What's Nofrit doing right now?
Right, call me out then.
You're called out. Consider it.
Shit, fam. I am. Oh god. I had an idea. They're out of range, right? Are they gone?
I mean, if you were to rush up to that portcullis, you could probably see them still in the corridor. Like, it's literally, they have done this. They've kicked Vander down the stairs. They've reached the lever and they're off and they've just had their conversation. They are still in that corridor. So you could still see them. They're not out of range. This is why I've actually left them on the map, just as a reminder that technically they are still there. You can still, because there's a grate, even though there's a grate in the way, that doesn't stop things completely. So it's up to you what you want to do. But what I want to know is where you're at right now, because what I'm going to do is basically you're going to get a little bit of time, but I just want to know where Nofrit's at right now and what's happening with her.
Mentally speaking, she is
Yep.
like, she is looking at her sister and seeing her moving and breathing, and she's looking at Harkison and Grit and just thinking that could be her. We need to get out. That's her mentality right now. That could be her. We need to get out.
So as a reminder, Grit is down but not dead, as far as you are aware.
Can I?
He has managed to make his saves and stuff, but we'll get into doing some things shortly.
Yep.
Vander, where are you? Like, you got knocked down those stairs? This has all happened. You've kind of had this awakening in your mind with this connection to this dagger. You now understand it better because it's forced attunement on you. But yeah, where is Vander at this point?
Dazed. His ears are ringing. He's barely managing to stand up.
Yep. But trying to stand up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is with that, we're going to jump back into kind of an initiative order. I'm not going to tell you guys what's happening until something, occurs.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to do it person by person, treat it like an initiative round. And we're going to, because I got to you last, Vander, we're actually starting with you at the start of the combat round anyway. So, you're struggling to stand.
Yeah.
Basically treat it like a combat round, action, bonus action, movement.
Oh, fuck.
In this moment, what do you want to do?
Aren't Vander and Sekit both exhausted? Right?
Sekit is exhausted. I
I'm
don't
exhausted.
think Vander is.
No, Vander's not.
No.
Oh. I thought you took a thing of exhaustion after falling down the stairs.
No, he
No.
was incapacitated.
No? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's good. That's one less issue. Carry on.
Oh. Seeing the closest body to him of Harkison, he wants to roll him over.
Okay.
Just reach down. See.
All right. Just do. This is going to be an interesting first roll. Just do a basic medicine check as opposed to a perception. We don't get medicine checks very often.
11.
11?
Yeah.
You don't really see any injuries or wounds on Harkison. You can sort of see the small little bits of scarring where the acid from that previous chamber a while back had given him a lot of damage, which you then kind of healed up with a healing potion. But the thing that does strike you is that from the eyes and the ears and the nose, there's just blood caking his body. He's no longer in his werewolf form. He's now in the human form you first met him in. And it does sort of strike you that those eyes that the blood's coming out of are open, but not seeing.
I'm sorry. And then it will close his eyes.
Okay. Yes, unfortunately, Harkison, well, Innistra rolled very high on her aura, so he did not go very long.
Clenching the Charm Memoria tighter, he'll stand up, just look around the room.
Okay. And other than how your allies are, and Grit himself sort of down where Marat dropped him and kicked him, there's not really a whole lot more to see that you hadn't seen already when you first come in. You do see Frey's kind of down on her knees, and she's, her hands clenched, and she's got that little bit of the wind that's, for some reason, whenever she's casting a spell, omnipresent around her, just sort of, wafting her hair, and little bits of snowflakes just kind of flurrying around her as she's very intently casting something. Probably something you've never seen her cast before, but she's very, very intent and it's just going. She was casting it when you came, not so long ago, and she's still going. But Seket's gotten herself up and appears to be attempting to guard Bray, and Nofrit is there.
She's looking. You can
She's
see
looking.
her eyes are
She's looking.
scanning for an exit.
There we go. I did that because I forgot what you said. Sorry.
There.
I guess I'm just not cool like Vander, getting legendary whip. I guess I'm just leave.
Hey, I stole this fair and square.
He did. It was yeah.
We totally helped.
There was a distraction effort, mate. Come on now.
It was his. It wasn't stolen.
But yeah,
Congratulations,
Vander.
mate.
Anything else?
Not really, no.
No. Okay. So that'll bring us to Seket.
They don't move away. They don't walkie out
Well,
the
that's
corridor.
that's what I mean. I mean, if you're gonna look and watch what they're doing, then yes, you will note them continue to walk. I just wasn't saying it because, well, they're not actually quite within sight unless somebody's up there on that little elevated area watching.
No.
You can still hear them and they'll be walking away, but at this point, it's a given that that's what they're doing unless you guys try to do something to stop them.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, Seket.
Does Nofrit look like she's used a lot of magic and hasn't got many slots left, or does Frey look like that?
How would you tell if somebody's expended their magical repertoire?
Well, with Nofrit, I'd look for the glowy runes because I'm starting to make the connection that glowy runes mean she's got magic charge. So
Yep.
if I'll cast my eyes over Nofret and see if she's got a lot of glowy runes or not.
As
That
she
is barbarian. norm.
swivels her head, like kind of looking around the room, you'll note that her jawline is lit by a rune, and so is the throat as the scarf moves out of the way for a second. So
Okay.
she's got some stuff. She's okay.
She got some stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to use bolstering magic because I can see Frey is doing something magical.
Yep.
And I feel within myself, this is the first time she's ever used it.
Ooh.
She feels kind of like that restless magic that goes a bit chaotic for her when she gets really angry, and it's like it's like bugs crawling under her skin. She's got too much energy, too many sparks in her, and she pops her hand on Frey, so and closes her eyes and gives some of that spark to Frey.
Yep.
Which means I get to roll a d4, and
Yes.
the creature regains one expended spell slot, the level of which
Thanks,
equals the number rolled or lower, which it will be
Ooh.
Frey's choice.
Yep. That's right. Wild magic barbarians are also support casters. Deal with it.
That's hot.
So I rolled a 3, so you can either have a level 3 spell slot or lower.
One spell slot of
Brigade.
3, 2, or 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's total spell levels. I think it's just one spell slot of 3.
Yeah,
2, or
that's
1.
what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah. That's all right. Yeah, just so that's up to you, Frey. Which one you take?
I'm gonna pop one on my level 1.
Okay.
That's where basically all her arsenal is at the moment.
Guiding bolt. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Was there anything else there, Sekit?
So I think that counts as an action.
Possibly. I'm not. Again, I haven't got your barbarian thing up at the moment.
Yeah, this is as an action. Sorry. Yep. Just rereading that. And I can do that as the amount of times I have a proficiency bonus, so I can do that 2 more times if anyone
Yeah.
is looking raggedy.
It's really, yeah, it's a really, really handy thing they gave the Wild Magic Library. I love that ability.
That's cool.
It's so good.
It's fun.
That's helpful.
I would also like you to roll a d20 for me if that's the end of your turn, please, Sekit.
Ooh.
Yep, and I'll just take up a guarding position in front of her.
Yep.
Ready to get mad at the slightest provocation.
Ready to
I
get
rolled a
mad.
d20 and
Yep.
and got a 14. Well, she's very blurg at the moment, but she's getting back to it. So 14
No,
on
I
the
want
d20.
that on a t-shirt for you.
14.
Ready to get mad.
Ready to get mad. I'm ready to get mad. All right, so with that, sort of, you've focused in this chaotic energy that is very much a part of almost your nature now, and you've channeled a little bit of that into Frey. And as that energy sort of leaves you, you've still got that deep-seated exhaustion going on, and your eyes do blink a little blearily, and you sort of get that little bit of blurred vision from like a little bit of gunk in your eye. And as it sort of clears away and you shake your head a little bit, across the room from where you are, you sort of see this almost like a heat haze that you'd see in the desert. From the room you guys came from, and it's sort of emerging out of the ground in what looks almost like a silhouette of a humanoid figure.
Hello?
That's all right, that was the end of your turn.
was.
So Nofrit.
She's still concentrating on the idea of getting out.
Okay.
And she knows that Grit can move fucking rock. So she runs over to Grit and she said, Frey, I need you to come and heal to him. And she's just gonna try and stop the bleeding. She's gonna try
Okay.
medicine check him.
So we're gonna get our second medicine check.
Which
It's
guys?
It's always great when you start off a session with a couple of medicine checks. It's a good
It's
sign.
always really promising.
Bodes well. Bodes so well.
11.
11.
It's a check.
He's really hurt. I actually don't know how. I've never done a medicine check for stabilization. Is that?
I think it is just a 10.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of just like a death saving throw.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Which is interesting. Okay.
It's like Nofrit gets some of the poultice that her and Frey had been experimenting on and just starts smearing it over
Just
his
slaps
like,
it on him.
Yeah, just starts slapping it around.
So yeah, you're almost hesitant to move him because his body has been very clearly smashed into the stone, and there's not quite as much blood around him as what there is around the body of Harkison, but this you can tell just from a glance he has suffered some serious levels of damage. The fact that he's breathing and you can almost hear it, sort of the rattle in his chest as it's going, is almost amazing, given the state of his upper body. But with a little bit of D&D healing magic and some slapping of some miracle cures.
Smells like lavender.
There is a brief wee moment where even as you sort of touch him, there's this kind of involuntary twitch from him, like the last person that was dealing with him was hurting the fuck out of him. But as you sort of start applying this poultice, it's almost like the body's instinct kind of like, okay, there's help. And so there's this slight level of relaxation in the muscles and almost a slightly easier passage of breath. He's definitely not out of danger, but
Okay.
yeah.
And as I'm slapping around and I've called out to Frey that I need healing this guy, I'm gonna be like, Vander, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Okay. Vander, we need to get out. Right? Finding exit.
Yes.
And I guess that's all we can talk about.
Yep. Okay. So that your turn, Nofrit?
Yep.
All right. So Frey, you're continuing to cast, even though you can probably hear Nofrit.
At the moment, she's so focused
Okay.
on the spell, but all she can basically hear is like murmurs of her order.
Okay.
Like she's trying to recall the murmurs of her order just for that calming sensation.
The chants, the mantras, which is kind of interesting because I'm going to get you to roll me a d20 as well.
14.
14? Okay, same number. So while you're trying very steadily to sort of recall, this, it's very soothing, it's very calming. You very easily sort of fall into that cadence, and a lot of the exterior things going on around you sort of fall away. You've still got that alertness, that awareness. Your perception level is so high that, even though you're sort of so drawn in with what you're doing, you've still got that immediate kind of sense of what's going on around you. But the thing that kind of gets you here is what you're casting is something, I don't know if you've ever cast it before, but it's a long spell. This requires a little bit of time and some concentration and some effort and some focus. And so you're bringing in the mantras and the chants and the just that steady discipline. And, you get kind of that almost iconography figure of the Keeper of Winter. The long sky blue robes that are almost a little too long for the figure wearing them. The staff with sort of this cresting wave on the top. And long hair that's kind of billowing around the head like a cloud. But within all of that, there's this very, very brief moment of like a disruption in that steady cadence. Just ever so faint. And as it happens, that wispy hair that's going on around your keeper's head, or that image that you hold, two eyes open in that floating cloud of hair. Two eyes filled with starlight. Eyes you've seen before. The eyes of another keeper. Keeper of the dark.
Huh.
And you keep chanting. Alright, so Grit is stabilized, but I'm going to rule him as he's not conscious right now. He actually needs either another medicine check or some healing to get up, which will bring us back around to Vander.
Yes. Escape. Yes. We need to get out. We have to... Which way should we go? Don't know. Don't know.
Is he talking to like anyone, or is
He's
it just
just
sort of
talking
like
out
he's
loud.
just talking out loud? I'm gonna be like I'm like trying to be like, Grit, wake up, Vander, I need you here. Are you here?
Yes.
Find a crack in the wall. These are old ruins. There must be another way out.
Okay. I can do that. And he'll head to the north end, top,
Okay.
to have a look to see what he can find.
Alright,
Is there a crack in the
so...
wall?
Yep, so make us an investigation check, sir.
I'm so
not great.
stressed.
5.
5?
Yeah.
You're a little dazed. You're still trying to figure out what's going on. What you've got this new information flooding through you, this new connection, and you've been warned of stuff, and yet you've done it anyway. And Hyperion went down, and you're being told to find a way out. And the whole place looks a little rickety and a little full of holes. And you're sure that you probably could find a way out, but then you're just immediately distracted again by your mind just going all over the place.
That's it. That's my turn.
Okay. The footsteps of Innistra and Marat start fading away into the distance. Sekhet, you're up.
with the hazy figure I see, I put myself between Frey and it.
Okay.
Because it was back the way.
Came from the chamber where you guys fought Kieran and the ants, yeah. Or it looked that way. It didn't really come from there. That's where it was. It's like the haze sort of just came up out of the ground, almost.
And so she's gonna put herself between them, but also
Yep.
trying to like keep an eye out of the door because that leaves her on the side protected. She's just gonna start circling Frey,
Okay.
so that she can attack around.
Yep.
But her eyes are gonna be focused in the haze. Who are you? Reveal yourself. And that's her turn. Oh, and
Yep.
she's going to use,
Go for it.
because
Yep.
why not?
Yep.
Her detect magic to see if there's
Oh, good call, good call.
yeah, her
All right.
her one of her detect magic charges.
Okay. And it's interesting the moment you do that. You sort of call out to this haze, and even though it's not completely distinct, you sort of see this almost cocky sort of hand on hip, body half sort of, go into the sort of stance, and then you watch as one of the feet just kind of taps the ground where it's standing. And the same moment you do your detect magic, and you're not getting anything from that figure, but you do sense a level of abjuration magic starting to rise underneath where that figure just tapped the ground.
Shit, which one was abjuration again?
Defense.
That's your defensive, protecting kind of magic.
I don't want to have to fight you. And that's it.
You go. And at the end of your turn, I'll get you to roll a d20 for me.
17.
Okay. And as you sort of say that and that sort of sense, all of a sudden that haze just almost, you blink and it snaps, and you realize, why could you not see it before? Standing there, hand on hip, sort of half cocky, jaunty, sort of, look to him. It's your patron, Goldilocks. And it's like, well, I'm glad you don't want to fight me, because honestly, I don't particularly want to fight you either. Right now, I don't think it's going to be much of a fair fight, is it? Also, look out below. Trying to get your attention for a while now.
She simultaneously relaxes a little bit, realizing it's Goldilocks, then tenses up at his words and just looks down.
It's just like a ah.
Which then brings us back around to Nofrit.
Who are you talking to? And I get up and I run over to Harkison's body and I try and search him for a potion to give to Grit.
He does not really have anything. He had the bow and the armor and the basic gear that you guys were provided with, and that's it. Because you guys sort of stripped everything else away from him, he literally had the stuff he was provided with up top, which is the same stuff that you guys have.
God fucking damn it.
Didn't we give you 2 potions, Nufrit? So,
I thought we
you're-
did.
Yeah, you're the one that needs them the most, so we gave you 2. That was our
No,
decision.
someone has used one of mine.
Yeah.
No, both of mine are gone. I had... I can't remember when, but one was used a while ago, and then one was used last fight. For second.
Yeah, I remember the second one, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But one had been used a while ago.
Okay. That's right, if you don't have them, you don't have them.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure... No, didn't I give one to someone in the group? I gave one to you. I gave one to you, Robert.
Yes. And I gave it to Harkison when he had acid dripping on him. That was the one I had.
So yeah, but they used the second on second. So they're both used. Because he drank that one for
Okay.
acid, right?
He did.
Yeah.
So we've got
But we have
none.
more than 2. There's more between the party somewhere.
There's
I'm
more,
sure there's.
but
I'm
I
sure
don't
there's
have
more than
them.
just 2 healing potions in the party.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
don't
of
have
it.
them. You don't have them.
So it's one of you two.
The chanter or the daydreamer, it's fine.
I run back to Grit.
Okay.
Who has potions? And I'm like, Grit, fuck it's awkward. Help.
Stop dying.
Yeah, I'm like,
Okay.
there. No, I would like to stabilize him even further, but I don't know if
Cool.
because I've searched Harkison, I don't know if I can.
You can make another medicine check.
Cool.
And we'll say the DC is 15. And if you make that, then
Why would
you can
do
make
that
him
to me?
conscious at 1 hit point.
Why? That's literally the limit of what I can roll.
We're going to go 10 to stabilize, 15 to bring back the consciousness.
Natural 20! Take that!
Yes!
I got
Is that
my
like your
dwarf
first
back!
one of the session?
Why would
Yeah.
I do this to you?
Ever?
That's why I would do this to you.
What happens then?
So you're in a bit of a frenzy. You're in a bit of a panic. And for some reason, sort of you get there and you've got this salve and this poultice that you've used on him, and he is breathing a little easier, and it's kind of like there's this ever so slight moment where you want to lift him up and kind of, out of frustration, shake him, and then it's kind of like, well, that's a bad thing to do. But before you realize, you're already shaking him. But as you do and you kind of knock him, he's like, what the fuck's going on?
I need you to wake the fuck up! Nofrit is losing whatever semblance of chill she normally carries.
literally like a foot high, 2 feet apart, and yelling at each other.
yeah, exactly. Nofrit's
Yeah.
like bent over him like,
Yes. But no, Grit is awake. I can't really do much more than that on a
his
natural
turn
20.
is after me, right?
After Frey, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, if I could do any more this turn, I would help him
Yep.
stand up. But I feel like that was enough.
Yeah. We'll say that could be part of it next time
You're
because it's going to
very
take him
good
a bit to
dice.
get up. Yeah. All right, is that your turn, Nofrit?
Yeah.
Frey, still chanting away, still
Yep.
casting. Roll a d20 for me.
God. 18.
That was so stressful.
Those eyes, sort of staring at you out of the Keeper of Winter's fluffy cloud-like hair, continue to gaze at you with their star-filled vision, and one of them just kind of winks, and you realize that this is the Keeper of the Dark, the one that you found in the Vale, the one that Sudawatha is an advocate for, and you just hear ever so faintly, just, you'll have a choice to make, Frey. My mother grows weaker. But for right now, maybe there's something we can do for you. I'm going to ask you to make a choice. You'll have to make that choice soon. And as those words are sort of coming out, you kind of see the image of the Keeper of Winter begin to fade and lose its outline a little. As sort of emerging, almost pushing forward out of it, you do see that image of the Huntress of, Onera striding forward and gaining more solidity. That's it. That's all that's said. But you do kind of have this weird sort of sensation as you're praying and healing that there's something more right now. There's something more you could be reaching for. That brings us to the end of your turn. Which brings us to Grit, who, with your help, Nofrit, will stand up.
I'm like, oh shit, you're heavier than I thought.
Oh, my bones are just about made out of stone, too. Oh, Jesus, where's that fucking mother?
We don't care about him anymore. We need to get out. Do you hear me?
Okay. And it sort of takes a moment. It's like, I I asked the way out, and I think it's closed.
Good observation. We're finding a different way out.
Scroll I gave you? That'd be ideal right now. Oh, can I just sit down for a moment, please?
The scroll, the scroll, the scroll.
I have it.
Scroll of stone shape. You have it.
Yep.
Yes.
And he does sort of potter on over to the the little raised platform and kind of just very wearily kind of creak himself down into a sitting position while he's taking some deep heaving breaths. And he does sort of, after one very brief moment, because that's going to be about what he can do on his turn, sort of look up and then sort of take an assessment of the room real quick. And you do kind of see this look on his face of, oh, like you're locked
That's
in a
why
room.
she's being so intense.
Everybody's
yeah.
looking real hurt or dazed, and he's kind of like, oh.
And we headcanon say he sits on the little step at the end of the step.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm going for.
Rice
Um,
knees.
So, that'll bring us back to Vander.
He's just going to be putting his hand against the wall, making his way across it.
Okay. Anything you're doing in that time? Just moving.
Just moving.
Okay. So is that your turn then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck. Why would you do this to me?
Brings us back to Sekit.
Everybody look down. And she looks down after Goldilocks kind of warned her and wants to see what's down there.
I don't.
Yeah. So you're just looking down? Because it is at that sort of moment where you do remember the fact that you did come down here not only to expose Marat, but to deal with a monster in the mines that could move through the stone.
Oh, shit balls.
It just kind of clicks all together in Seket's head at that point.
Everybody, try and get onto the raised platform. Because that's made out of wood, isn't it?
No. It kind of looks like it is on the map, but no, everything here is stone.
Oh, I'm so stressed.
Okay, anything else you're going to do?
Oh, God. Goldilocks, can you help us out?
Arnold, I'd love to. And I thought you'd never ask. But honestly, that's up to you.
What do you need? I'll do anything.
Oh no, you did not.
Oh.
In which case, even though it's not necessarily the end of your turn, I'm going to get you to roll a d20 for me.
Oh no.
11?
We all
It's
know.
over 10.
All the gods are morally grey. Why would you do this?
Well, I mean, you know, Goldilocks isn't necessarily a god, so, you know, he's a warlock patron, so.
Yeah,
Silly
he's even worse.
Billy.
He's a warlock.
Morally grey.
Oh, the chaos.
He sort of gets this crooked smile that's almost, it's a little wild. It's a little crazy, but it's also, having gotten to know him, it's a little bit melancholy. And he sort of goes back to a normal standing stance, and he begins to stride towards you. And as he does, there's this very brief moment where, because of where you are, you can sort of feel this slight shift behind you. And your head sort of turns back to look at Frey, and the little wind, like her hair is kind of slowed down, the wind, and the little snowflakes whirling around her have almost slowed to nothing. And Goldilocks walks right up to you. It's like, my dear child, I'd like nothing more than to help you. But there's only so much I can do, locked away as I am. You know that. I can give us a minute, and that's all. If you need help, then there's someone else you can call on. And he sort of reaches out his hands. Do you trust me, Sekid?
Strangely, yes.
That's really dodgy. You probably shouldn't, but I'm glad that you do. It's really refreshing, actually. Do you trust that I'm willing to help you? Do you
That
trust
I
that
do.
my best interests are aligned with yours because you're my link to the world and I want to see more of it? And if you die, that kind of would be a bit of an inconvenience. I don't want to wait another 1,000 years before I can see it again.
That I believe wholeheartedly.
Take my hands and I'm going to ask you some questions.
She takes them.
So, this is going to require, and he looks over your shoulder and like at Freya's like, a little bit of sacrifice. You know, because Keeper of Winter, Lady of Sacrifice, right there. No, just us. Bad moment. Sorry, I know. Life-threatening. Oh, I need to pick better timing. There is no better timing than the moments you before you die. Anyway, right. I make jokes because I'm also very nervous. I'm going to have to make a sacrifice to help you. But more than that, Hetty's going to have to make a sacrifice to help you. If you're okay with that, and you're okay with that, then I can do something that I tried to do for your race a long time ago.
Will it hurt her?
It's not going to not hurt. You won't be able to talk to me for a while. And Hetty might be somewhat diminished.
But alive?
Better than dead.
I accept.
He's holding your hands and he looks at you and you can sort of see that sort of his face kind of gets that green and gold sort of shifting veil across it as it just kind of mottles with the different colors. And it's kind of like 4 things I'm going to ask you, Hetty, to give up for your other you. I need you to agree to each of them. Or disagree, but, you know, it depends on how much you want to give up, really. So Sekhet's very strong. She can tackle an ox. But we want her strong enough to move mountains. Are you willing to give up a little bit of your own physical strength to make it so that she can smash rock?
Yes, my strength is not my physical prowess. That is where Sekhet shines. So yes, to number 1.
Good. Second of all, she's very durable. She can take a good hit, regardless of what just happened. Let's ignore that for the moment.
Merely a
when
blip,
we-
I'm sure.
We need her to be able to take on the world and have the endurance to survive. Are you willing to give up your own physical health to empower hers?
Will it affect my vision? all my senses?
No, I don't believe so.
Then yes. Again, you know.
All right. The last might be a little easier, a little more difficult. First is the magic I bequeath to you. For a time, are you willing to give up the magic that you can cast with my power and your own to allow Sekhet's abilities to transcend what she currently knows?
My magic.
Your magic?
How would it enhance her?
There's no way of knowing. Every combination of changelings is different. But results are always deliciously unpredictable.
I do love chaos.
Don't we all, darling?
And it would not be forever?
I hope not. No guarantees in this life.
Well, it is nice that we still have some semblance of life, so why not? Let's be chaotic one more time for my sister, hey?
For all of us. I know it's asking a lot, Hetty, but this is not just for you and for her. This is for everyone. And, of course, most importantly for me. Let's not forget that. Most important. Last of all, and possibly the thing that may be the most hardest for you, those unique abilities granted to you that go alongside the magic I grant. For a time, you will not be able to access them because I will be going away. It is the only way I can make this work.
Which abilities?
All of them.
You think you will be back?
Oh, I hope so. If I'm doing this and I'm going away forever, I've made a terrible, terrible, terrible choice. I'm doing this because I have the utmost faith in you, and you're also pretty much the only choice I've got. But focus on the faith part. Focus on the faith part. That's what matters.
Yes. I mean, I must be something special since I'm the one that's needed to give up all this.
Done. Then allow me to grant you, Sekhet, a very brief touch of what I have hoped to bring to your kind for so long. Unification of your personalities. Two beings inhabiting a single body, but being able to draw upon the powers and experiences of both. The way your kind was supposed to be. Your real potential. The way I always wanted my children to be. And he reaches out and gives you a hug and just whispers in your ear, "Become my juggernaut of the wilds." And he explodes in a storm of leaves. And as those leaves kind of fade away, you see them as they sort of take on almost like this rainbow glitter-like sort of hue. And it goes into this confetti that starts dropping to the ground. You can kind of hear his chuckle before it fades away. And as it fades away, that's not the only thing that fades away. Very, very briefly, you will no longer be able to be be Hetty. Here is what happens mechanically to you. Hetty's strength is halved, and that is added to Seket's. And the cap is not 20.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
So you can go above and beyond 20. That's what you get for her sacrifice of strength. I don't know what that gives you. I'm not looking at your character sheets. I'm letting you do this. Health. You may reduce Hetty's hit points to 50% of her current max. And that will become her new max hit points for a while. And you can heal that much as Seket. Plus, while you are raging, at the start of every one of your turns, you can spend one of Hetty's hit dice to heal as though you were having a short rest.
Fuck. We got a tank back.
We got our bulldozer.
Okay.
Yay!
You okay if I keep going?
Yeah. Could you?
Yep.
So Hetty's health is reduced by half.
Yep, and that's, for now, her new current max. So you're not just reducing her down to half of her current. She goes down, and that's her new maximum for a while. She cannot heal back up to what her old maximum was for a while.
Yep. And
What-
and that 50% then becomes a health pool for
That's
second.
that's a heal for you, right in here, right now. You heal that much, and then at the start of every one of your turns while you're raging, you can spend one of Hetty's hit dice to heal.
So you get 6 of those.
So you get to roll the D8, add your con mod, you get to heal.
A D8? Oh, man.
That's what a warlock gets.
Yeah, that's a warlock it does.
Fuck me, being a sorcerer sucks.
You okay? Ready to move on?
2 seconds, just.
Yep, no,
recording
that's cool.
that
That's
one.
why I'm just... Yep.
Okay, our chances got a lot better, fam.
I was supposed to do this last session, but there's a lot of stress and a lot of things going on and a lot of... Yeah.
No, this is good. This is good.
I had a whole thing in
Also,
place for the first time Seket went down.
In this pause, thank you, Luina, for the really big raid and all the raiders for coming in. I'm sorry, we're in an intense game today. We're trying to
Yep.
roll through as quick as possible before a baby arrives. So,
Yep.
thank you all for hanging out and lurking. And you know, if you want to chat, ask us questions about the game. I'll be sure to type in. But we're gonna keep the game rolling when we can.
Yeah. Gotta keep rolling. Timetables and all.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so for Hetty sacrificing her magic, Seket, while raging, has access to her spell slots. You may do one of 2 things with those. When you successfully hit an enemy, you can cast an Entangling Strike, causing vines and roots to wrap up around them and potentially restrain them. Or, you may use it like you have the Eldritch Invocation Eldritch Smite. So basically like a Paladin's Divine Smite. Okay? That's what you get for her giving up her magic.
The crazy face was so good.
Alright? You ready to move on to the last part?
Yeah, so I can do that twice because Hetty's.
That's how many
above.
if that's how many spell
Yeah.
slots she's got, that's how many times you can do it. Yep.
Do I do that at her level spell slot?
Yes, it's like Hetty's casting it. It also you will use Hetty's DC. Like this is basically Hetty casting it, but you're channeling it.
Oh my god, fam, play a changeling.
To be honest, this is the sort of thing I was always going to do with changelings, but 5e I can't do it because it's just too fucking powerful. My original design of them was a lot more like actually you have a limited time, like every so often you can actually combine the strengths of your changeling personas. So this is me playing into that. Finally, Hetty loses all of her subclass features. All of them. For now. You don't need to mark that down. I mean, you just can't use them. In return, you get all of your rage charges back. And the next time you go into a rage, it is free. You activate your wild rage, and you can choose what happens. And every single round, you can make the choice of what happens with your wild rage. As well as, whenever you successfully attack an enemy while raging, you can spend one of your rage charges to try and get the enemy to be frightened of you. Okay? Welcome to being the Juggernaut of the Wilds.
Damn.
Whew. And so, just to recap, can't be Hetty for a while.
For now, yeah. She's unfortunately very greatly diminished at this point. To the point where she doesn't even have the strength right now to take over from you. Okay? Which is very apt timing, because
Phew.
We're back in initiative.
the initiative order actually had your creature coming in directly after Sekhet.
Oh, fuck. Alright, back to fight music we go.
So, as these leaves and these glitter, as the glitter sort of fades away and you feel this energy rip through you, the rest of your party will note that your braces, which are normally unseen, begin to glow. And the vines on them begin to stretch and reach out over your elbows, reaching up your forearms and up onto your shoulders. One of them forms a shoulder plate, and the other one meshes with your snake bracelet and actually forms an open snake head on that shoulder. The vines then wrap across your collarbone and neck and around the back, basically giving you fully armored silver sleeves.
Is this the vision I saw of myself?
Almost. The only thing that's missing is the Displacer Beast. You had a Displacer Beast on one shoulder and a snake on the other. You met the conditions for it. But that's what the rest of the party will see. As time sort of starts kicking back in, this massive jaw comes ripping out of the stone directly through the fading Goldilocks. And you see this massive stone creature, kind of reminiscent of a shark, immediately start lunging towards you.
Quick question.
Yep.
Hetty's strength being halved,
Mm-hmm.
is that rounded up or down? Because she's got 13.
13, so 6. You gain 6. Yep. What does that give you, by the way?
24.
I thought it might. 24 strength. At level 6.
I want to
Freaking
throw up. That's so cool.
So, yeah, this creature emerging, you sort of see this brown stone, sort of ridged carapace rolling back over it, and you kind of see this blue glow, and as it emerges, the little blue rocks and the candle holders all kind of flare and go out, and then begin to sort of, or reignite with that same blue glow that you can sort of see in this boulette's eyes. And it immediately flares along back down its carapace, and you can sort of see almost like these runes etched into its carapace. And it just begins snapping and lunges at you, Sekhet. We are now back in initiative order for combat. Okay? I hope we're all good with that, because here we go.
Yep.
So, the boulette, which has now emerged, the monster in the mines, is going to immediately just try and take a snap at the creature in front of it, which is you, Sekhet. It has a 22 to hit.
Does it move closer to her?
It does. Yep.
Wow.
We'll do that in a moment.
Yes.
Okay. Good boy.
Pugoi? What?
Pugoi.
Pugoys are cute. Let's find a Pugoi.
Yeah.
Poogie? Can we fight a
eat a
Poogie
Pugoi.
as well?
A Poogie.
I love Poogie so much.
That's a pug Pugoi.
Oh, no,
okay.
that's a pig.
Oh, guys, I'm stressed out by marbles right now.
What's the new modifier for a 24? Is that 6?
5, 6, 7.
7.
Because it goes up by 2 for each 2. It goes up by 1 for each 2 you've got. So if it's 5 at 20, 6 at 22, 7 at 24.
Oh my fucking god in heaven.
But it snaps, and you feel these incredibly sharp fangs wrap around you, Sekhet. And it does 24 points of piercing damage. And as its bonus
you can block
action,
a d6 of that.
it immediately starts diving almost kind of through you, and is going to attempt to actually smash you into the ground as it begins to phase through.
I deny 4 points of that.
Yeah,
Yep.
you do.
Very good. And I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
And
Hey!
just like the after image that appears around Nofret, Sekhet's chest blows up in a light of like blue rock for a second and then dissipates.
Yep.
Cute.
Sisterly love.
A 29.
29. Motherfucker. Hell yes. So as this bullet takes the snap, you feel the fangs sort of grip into you. They kind of then lose all of their tension on you as the creature kind of begins to shift. It's trying to drag you into the ground to take you down with it, or at least smash you into that stone as it phases back through. But this newfound strength you've got, gifted to you by your other self, allows you to not only stand firm, but because you beat the DC by so much, you physically stand your ground, and the bullet cannot phase and take you through. So it cannot actually phase back into the ground on this turn. You have successfully left it open and exposed. Because you beat the DC by so much. It uses its bonus action to phase back through. It attacked you with a bite. That is its turn. So,
Fuck
that
me.
now brings us to Nofret.
Oh, why
This
me?
this large creature has just emerged. You've watched what's going on with your sister. I'm assuming you've watched what's going on with your sister.
I
And just
was
kind of these
probably in
overlapping
slow
silver
motion.
plates.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I put
Yeah,
grits
you didn't
down
see it in
and
slow
looked-
motion.
Ooh.
Yeah. But yeah, you see these overlapping silver plates sort of appear, emerging from the braces you know she wears, and she just looks a little bit more, pumped up than she was before. And then this creature just leaps at her. The jaws rip into it, and she just kind of stands her ground. And this massive creature just grinds to a halt, trying to drag her into the ground.
Okay,
Question, Beck.
Nope.
Does
Yeah?
that denied damage now disappear?
yeah, the rune just like dissipates across your skin as soon as the magic flares. Speaking of runes, in this instance that it's sitting still,
Yep.
what do I see?
Yeah, so you see this massive brown creature that's kind of already half out of the ground. Like it's not fully emerged, but you sort of see this large sort of rolling carapace then sort of goes down to this pointed snout that's kind of almost half wrapped around Sekhet. Sekhet apparently not really caring that much, and it sort of has these claws that are sort of sitting almost parallel where its jaws are as it's trying to sink back into the ground. But you can sort of see it's also got these glowing blue eyes that match the candles, the rocks, and the candle holders around the room. And this line of blue light is rolling back from its eyes and down its carapace and wedging in, or it's running along the ridge of it, and it almost seems to form into runes and sigils of protection just scattered across its carapace.
Do I recognize any of those?
Would you like to take a bonus action to perceive them?
Yes, please.
Okay, go for it.
You behaved really well. It's not
We
so
took a little
good.
bit to get there. I'm sorry, guys. I know
It's not so good. It's not so good. It's not so good. It's a 9. Fuck.
It's a 9.
You were so
In
good.
this moment, I tell you what. Up to you. You can roll again. So take it with advantage if you want to transfer this to being an action instead of a bonus action. That is entirely up to you. I don't know if you want to make that sacrifice.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, go for it.
You behave yourself. It didn't behave itself. It made it worse.
Oh.
I think I'm angry at it. You're going away now. Bye.
Oh dear.
Into the stratosphere you go.
So all you can tell is a couple of these runes do look very, very familiar to you. You feel like you've seen some of these before, and you do feel like the small little lesson you got with Jean back at Falling Embers has taught you a little bit, enough to be able to maybe make out some of what's inscribed into its carapace, but you can't tell for sure. In this moment,
Okay.
you can't tell what these runes mean for sure.
Okay.
Right,
I do need to
anything
make
else?
a Lego dice trail, Kate.
That'd be great.
I need to do that. Or I need to have like a seance and like get rid of all the demons in my dice. But
Incense, chakra clear. That's great.
Sage.
I'm going to
Salt.
be like, Grit, maybe we should get some height. And I'm gonna come running up here. So I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Hey, head to tip! And I pick up my fucking scorpion. I'm not losing it.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
That's my turn.
Okay.
My baby.
I
That's
like
your turn.
I like really cool though. I flick it up with the hook of the snake's mouth and grab it and chuck it in my bag. My
Easy.
baby.
No problem at all.
That's my turn.
All right, that does bring us to Freya Elise, who is currently focusing on your prayer of healing. However, you are suddenly very, very aware of this mammoth entity behind you. A disturbance in the force. The question is, what are you focusing on more? Continuing your spell with whatever interaction is going on with the keepers while you're praying, or the sudden sense of danger that's emerged behind you?
She's gonna question the choice. She's gonna be like, I don't get it. You always say a choice. You must make a choice, but you never say what type of choice it is. Do you want my arm? Do you want my vision? What do you want?
I love sassy Frey. Frey's like,
Well,
my
my
friends are
eyes
fucking
are
dying.
So do
alright?"
I, so much.
I don't get
I love
it.
it when we get sassy, Frey.
So good.
My mother is the keeper of sacrifice. Are you willing to sacrifice your faith for her to save your friends?
Of course. Like, why wouldn't I? I'm supposed to give up things. That's sacrifice, isn't it? If I have to do that, then sure. I want them to live.
All right then. Then let's help you out a little. And there is then a fading away of Onira. And you feel a little different. The chill that's going on around you, the snowflakes do kind of take on a darker hue. Almost until they're like motes of darkness instead of snow. The chill is now less that of the bite of winter and more like that of just a moonlit night. For a short time, or however long you choose, your keeper is no longer the keeper of winter. You are now going to be casting spells as a keeper, as a moon cleric for the keeper of darkness, Onira.
A moon cleric for a moon. I love it.
Mm-hmm. What that may mean mechanically, we'll figure that out another time. But for right now, that choice has been made. RP and story stuff to follow much later. Cool. So, you are, I think, because you had one enhanced channel divinity slot because of your presence to your keeper, you're going to lose that.
Yep.
Because Onira is, in fact, much further away than the Keeper of Winter is. But yes, everything you do now is going to be touched with a tinge touched with a tinge of darkness. There it is. They're the words I was looking for. However, your turn now continues as you may wish. It doesn't mean anything mechanically right now. Just playing it out.
She's gonna stop the channel because
Okay.
it's there.
Yep. What are we doing, Frey?
She's gonna guiding bolt the way.
Okay. So, you sort of come up from your kneeling position, see this slightly more armored Sekhet behind you, and the jaws of this massive creature kind of either side of her. And you twist and you turn and you kind of almost, Kamehameha? Describe your new guiding bolt. How does this look now?
Instead of the, the blue,
Mm-hmm.
I would more imagine it being more like a Aurora type. Like where,
Aurora
where bits-
Borealis?
Yep, where bits of it's still there. Like
Yep.
But instead of the cold, it's nothing.
It's a vacuum kind of thing. It's just, yep.
It's just
okay.
there.
Right, well, make your attack roll.
I'm gonna have to get new dice.
Yes.
As soon as I say that,
also
I
no.
got a 20.
A natural 20? Natural 20?
No, yeah, a natural 20. I know, I said that I was going to replace you. You don't have to...
It's like, no, I'm good.
All right, so guiding bolt is normally a 36. I can't even words right now. I've done too many words today. It's normally a 4d6 because you crit. It's 8d6.
I have to roll so many dice.
Let's fucking go, Frey.
I
Natural
only
20.
have one.
Let's get some nat 20s in chat. Let's see them.
Wait, how many was it again?
8, because our guiding bolt normally is 4. So now you're rolling double. Oh no! You just get to roll 4 because the way we're doing crits
Yeah.
is you do max damage and then you roll your dice.
Holy heck.
So what? 46 is 24. So 24 plus your rolls of dice.
That is 17 on the dice.
17 plus, what did I say? 24. So
24.
that's 34, 41. 41 points of radiant damage. Just kind of, you sort of unleash this Aurora Borealis around the form of Sekhet standing larger and stronger than normal, and it just smashes into the side of this boulette. And it almost kind of rolls with the hit until, no, Sekhet's still kind of there and it's not moving. So it doesn't roll completely, but it definitely is rocked from a huge hit.
Yeah, right.
Huge hit. And it is then limbed in this kind of a greenish, orangish kind of light that you might see in the night sky in the northern parts of the world. Making the next attack on it at advantage. So, anything else there, Frey?
That's it.
That's it? That's your turn? Okay. Now do remember, because you stopped casting Prayer of Healing, you do lose that spell slot.
Yeah, I've already taken
Okay,
it
cool.
off of...
Yep. No worries. So, that then brings us to Grit, who's just like, well, that... He's still kind of trying to recover himself. So let's have a look what good old Grit's gonna do. Yep, he's got it in him. So let me just bring up one quick little thing here for him. Okay, so what's the size of it? Oof. Very good. Okay, so he sort of clambers to his feet a little slowly. Some might say drunkenly if they didn't know what he'd just been through, and kind of just brings his fists together and pounds them a couple of times. You can sort of see him getting a little psyched up, and then he brings both fists and slams them down into the ground, and then he just starts almost drumming on them like he's just jackhammering. And then from underneath the bullet, you sort of see the ground start to respond in kind as it starts punching upwards as he casts Erupting Earth. So, that is a Dex save. Yeah, it's got no Dex and I rolled a 6, so that thing fails. That is 3d12 points of bludgeoning damage. So let me just move that over there. So I've got all this back in the way. I've got too many things going on. There's this. Holy shit, that's 19 points of bludgeoning damage as the earth just repeatedly slams up out of the ground, out of the somehow phased ground into the bullet who cannot phase right now, just smashing into this creature, beating it to bloody. But that's going to take his entire turn, and he is kind of, and it just kind of falls back over on his butt and just kind of, you see like he's about ready to pass out after that effort, having just come back from nothing. That's my way of saying he's got nothing left in the tank. That was his one last spell he had. So that takes us back to the top of the round. Vander. 27. Jesus Christ, I forgot your initiative was so high. I was about to say something else happens, but it's like, no, your initiative is that high.
Something to kill, something to fight. This I can do right. And is gonna turn and charge straight at that thing.
All right, go, go, go.
I don't like how close you all are. I don't like it. I just want to put that on the table. I didn't consent to that.
Hey, Becca.
Consent's got nothing to do with it.
I've got 7 hit points.
Fuck
Let's go.
you! Oh my god!
Oh yeah, no, we started today with both Sekit and Vander with 7 health. I hope you guys realize.
Yeah.
Alright. Stab a
Where's that
thing
potion,
of
Becca?
rock. It's gone!
What are we doing, Vander?
Oh, we're definitely taking Charma Moria and
Yep.
taking a
Oh my
slice of this thing.
Fucking god.
Alright,
And
go
using
for
a
it.
cursed knife. This is
And
just...
using the curse
Oh
knife.
yeah, he's not letting go of that one.
Ah!
Now.
Supposedly cursed knife. I love it.
Yeah, who said? This is an advantage because of
Because of
Yeah,
Guiding bolt.
because of Frey's new looking guiding bolt. Yeah.
We've had so much change in just this fucking battle. Like, wow.
Instant.
It was like this was also kind of supposed to happen over the course of last time, but shit just went south really fast, and it all went out of my head.
You're
There's
just
a,
sitting there going, oh shit.
Yeah.
there's a 28 hit.
Yes. Yes. Give me one moment here as well. Yeah. No. It's yep. 28 hits.
Good. Because I rolled a 19, and if that didn't hit, I would cry.
Woo! Yep.
And let's go with fire damage.
Fire. All right.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, that's a 10.
10 fire
10
damage.
fire damage, and I gain 10 hit points back from that. Yeah.
You do, yes, because of the way Charm Moria works, you gain that health back.
Thank god.
Right now, I think it also has to make a saving throw against
It
it.
does 14 charisma.
14 charisma. Oh yeah, no, this thing's got a tankingly good charisma. Holy shit! But I rolled a natural 17,
Oh,
which
shit.
brings it down to 14, which I think is the DC anyway.
Yeah.
Damn it! That's
That was
so
a roller coaster of
funny.
math. So it does still have disadvantage on its next attack, and the next attack on it still has advantage, even though it failed its save. It just none of the other benefits happen, and that's the only time it can be affected with Fate Stricken.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. I think it. It has to. No, it's all right. You can do it until it fails.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Once a creature fails its saving throw against Fate Stricken, it will no longer affect that creature.
Awesome.
Um,
19 points of damage.
19. Hell yeah.
So that's
On top
a
of
total
the
of
10.
29.
29, that's right. Because the fire damage. Okay, so
You
What
only
you do
heal
know
on the first hit.
is as you sort of sink your new dagger, and it slices so easily into this creature, and it just ignites into flame. Weirdly, the boulette's eye, the one on the same side it's looking, just immediately switches to look at you, and its eye changes from blue to red. And the line that runs down it also matches red. And all of a sudden, just tiny little parts of its carapace begin to ignite in fire.
Oh, it's fucking copying. It's copy.
Oh, that's interesting. Vander is then going to stab his other dagger. He's going to go with the dragon bone.
Dragonbone, gotcha.
And I'm going to try and use a charge on it.
All right. What does that do?
Well, first I need to see if I hit.
Yep. Make your attack roll, sir.
That is a 23.
A hit.
Yeah, 23.
Part of its thing. Yep. Nope, that still hits.
Oh wait, I just realized this probably isn't going to work, but oh well.
You made that with advantage, right?
No.
Your attack with Charm Memoria still gives you the next attack on an advantage.
Oh, cool.
Yep. Even though it makes the save.
Well, there's the natural 20.
Yes!
Okay, cool. There we go. Another nat.
I mean, it's not going to be a lot.
Doesn't matter. It's still there.
And because he's fated, that's the triple.
No.
No.
No, that's only if it fails its saving throw.
Ah.
Yeah, I should have waited
Yeah.
for that.
A lot of the other bonuses only come online if it fails, but you still get things even if it succeeds. That's how powerful the effect is.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Its tendrils just kind of wrap around the creature and sort of start dragging it towards its inevitable demise.
That's 7 points of damage,
7, gotcha.
and it needs to roll a Constitution saving throw
Oh, okay, it's a little better at those.
and beat a DC 3.
Okay, so let's see if I roll in that one, because that's about it. DC of 3? What the hell was this one again?
It's half the damage dealt,
Ah.
which is why I was like,
Oh, right. I see,
this
I
is
see.
supposed to be for like a sneak attack.
Yeah, I rolled a natural 3, but its con is definitely more than enough to give it the save.
Damn, because that would
Yep.
have been funny.
Yeah, it would have been.
That would have been hilarious.
Okay. So was there anything else there, Vander?
Yeah, he's gonna use his legs and like jump off it.
Ooh, okay, gonna kick away from it?
Yeah, kick away.
Right, are you
So-
leaving its range?
Yes.
Okay.
But it doesn't get an attack of opportunity against me.
No, because you are what you are. Cool. It's good to know. You're outside of the we range around it. That's cool. Yep. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Right, that brings us to...
Second.
Yep. Nope. So the little fire that it seems to have absorbed around itself begins to ignite and burn. And the little area that's there starts to very heavily start heating up as this creature almost begins to smolder. How far away did you go, Vander?
That far. He's 10 feet away from me.
Sorry, I need to bring the map back up.
Uh-oh.
10, that's within, and there are 3 targets within this 10-foot range.
Oh,
Okay.
for fuck's sake.
All of a sudden, just the fire on it explodes out and lashes the 3 people closest. So against Bray, that is a... Wait, what have I got as its thing? I need to fucking over. 18 to hit. Okay.
Oh, is it not a deck save?
Against Second, it's a 22 to hit.
Yo!
And against Vander, oh well, that's a more reasonable 15 to hit.
That misses.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Liz.
The only one I rolled like shit on. Okay, so 3 dice, and I rolled 1s on 2 of them. So Sekit and Freyalis take 9 points of fire damage as this blast of fire just explodes out of it before its eyes go back to blue.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's gonna copy elemental.
Oh.
1 round.
When?
Yo,
Sorry, I reread the Dragon Bow Daggers thing.
okay.
It was a DC 6. But I assume it still has.
Yeah, no, it's almost got a 6 or more as its actual con bonus. So yeah.
I assume so.
It.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult for it to roll. Unless I roll a 1, it's not going to roll below a 10. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. So, that's that action, which now brings us to Sekhet.
Okay, so I'm going to use one of those charges. Well, actually, first, bonus action, rage.
I would like to
Yeah.
get mad.
I have decided to get angry.
Yep. So this first
And-
one doesn't cost you a rage charge.
Doesn't cost me, and I can
This
choose,
first time.
can't I?
And you can choose which effect you gain.
So I'm going to choose Shadowy Tendrils,
Mm-hmm.
which they have to roll a Constitution saving throw, which I know is its kind of wheelhouse. But I also gain temporary hit points.
Yeah, you do. This is part of what makes the being able to choose such a wonky thing with the barbarian one.
Oh, it's so nice.
Uh,
11.
and 11 is what I rolled for the save.
Oh, so it fails. So I'll roll.
I rolled really badly. I
You
rolled
literally
really
just
badly.
said you have to roll real bad to get under 10.
To get under 10, and that was 11 is what I rolled that time.
So it takes 10 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, necrotic. Beautiful.
So the fire kind of singes out around her, and her eyes blacken as these tendrils rear up, and it's like wiping the ash across the bullet's face as it in necrotic damage, like a little
Love it.
backhand slap.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so that was your bonus action.
So that was my bonus action.
Uh-huh.
Does it take an action to use her hit dice?
That happens at the start of your turn. So when your turn starts, you can choose to use one.
Brilliant. So
You've already
to-
done a thing, but that's fine. Well, we can, if you want to use it now, you can.
that'd be great.
Yeah,
Thank you.
going forward, try. Yeah, it's at the start of your turn.
Okay, so and that's the hit dice plus my con.
Yes. So it's Hitty's hit dice plus your con.
Okay,
All right.
so I got some health back. I got some temporary hit points.
Yep.
I'm mad,
Very good. Very, very good. Yep.
and I want to smack him in the face.
Go for it. Well, its face is kind of either side of you, so go for it. Oh no. Oh no. Don't tell me. We got another one.
Hi, Platinum Ghost. We're stressed. How are you?
This is evening out all the freaking ones we got last time.
Last time?
Is it a 20?
It's a freaking nat 20.
Oh my god.
Is that the third one you guys have rolled for tonight, or is that the fourth? I'm losing count. Never mind.
Third, I think.
I don't know, how many ones have you rolled?
Me?
Yeah.
Tonight?
That's usually the
Once.
ratio.
I've only rolled one tonight. But then again, I didn't roll any last time, I don't think. So.
No,
I think
you
the
didn't.
universe
We
is-
did.
The universe is weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, just working out the
Oh, no.
damage.
Yep.
$26 damage.
And you were using which weapon?
My Eldritch Speed.
Okay, gotcha.
Spade.
6.
Dong!
Eldritch Speed. Took.
Okay, cool.
Just dig a hole for him.
So you do sort of strike this creature, and it's potentially, if it had anything resembling a humanoid look to it, you could tell that it's marginally annoyed. In fact, a little more than marginally. It's actually rather annoyed at this, that its nice, easy meal has suddenly turned out to not be so nice and easy.
Yeah, and I'm going to use my second attack.
Go for it. So much for playing with its food, huh?
We're not playing around.
Mm-mm. Good.
Your Eldritch Spade.
24 to hit.
24. Yeah, that hits.
I love being a juggernaut. Do, 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 do.
And there will be absolutely no downsides or repercussions whatsoever.
No, you know.
Planting the seeds for future stuff. For multiple characters today.
17 points.
17? Oh, Jesus. You guys are doing some absolutely amazing damage here. Whew. Okay, yep. Was there anything else?
She's just gonna dig her feet in and just like grin
So now I
like
will
a
also
feral.
note, because you were striking it and you were raged and you are currently a Juggernaut of the Wilds, it needs to make a couple of saving throws, doesn't it?
Shit, it do too.
Or it becomes afraid of you. So,
That's my favorite noise.
the mad chuckle.
Yeah. It's good.
It does make both saves.
That's okay. I
'Cause
got
I'm
lots
pr- I'm-
more hits in me.
I'm pretty sure what I rolled well and truly beats Hitty's DC. So,
Oh. Yeah, no, it's alright. I'll do that
Yep.
next time. Well, on the nat 20, I should have used the Eldritch Smite, but that's fine.
that would have been an absolutely ideal place to do it. Yes,
It would have.
but
Yes.
that's okay. Is that Seket's turn?
I believe so. Yes.
Right, that is the creature's up next. So, it is immediately going to use its bonus action to dive, and submerge itself without
Counterspell.
dragging you
No,
along with
joking.
it. And yes, that does mean you can get an attack of opportunity.
Oh, 17.
17? Yeah, it's going to activate Reinforced Carapace to make it so that your attack bounces off of it.
There.
Okay, that's alright. It's burnt that, so that's cool. It increased its AC to 22 briefly. Okay. So, Boulette vanishes from sight.
Hate that.
Now, there's a lot of things hurting it on this field. But it's an intelligent creature, and it chooses its targets. And it gets to make this attack with advantage, which is really unfortunate, but that's the way the hidden sort of thing works with its burrow.
Doesn't it? It's not at disadvantage. Is it saved on the?
Mm,
Wasn't it still at
no,
disadvantage?
its next attack is at disadvantage.
Yeah, so
Yep.
it's just a straight roll.
So it's just a straight roll.
Woo!
Remember,
Which
guys,
is still a, yep,
you have shield.
which is still a 23 to hit on Nofrit.
Ah!
Remember, you have shield.
It's still gonna hit.
As you are currently the one that it perceives as it being
it's
the
dying.
easiest target.
You know,
Oh.
I didn't expect to be like shat on verbally
should've
as
known.
well as
Should've
physically
known.
today.
Oh.
Vander,
Well, the thing being, Sekit no longer presents as an easy target. She never
No.
did in the first
no,
place.
that's fine.
Vander just did a ridiculous amount of damage to it as well. And Frey is also way too close to the other two. You are robed and at a distance.
No, that's fine. Hit me.
Yep. It sees you as the easiest target.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Come at me, son.
That hits then, I'm guessing? There's nothing you're doing
Yeah,
about it?
no, I'm not even gonna bother using the shield because it goes
Okay.
above it.
Yeah. It's a pretty big hit.
Yeah, that's a big hit.
No.
It's fine,
So
guys.
it's almost like you have this moment where you watch this thing sink into the ground. And there's this kind of moment of, okay. And then moments later, you almost sort of see out of the periphery of your vision the jaws just come up on either side of you before they begin to snap closed.
Okay.
I don't.
Oh.
There it is. I was about to say, where the hell are my dice?
I'm sweating now.
It's alright.
I made a bad mistake. It went after my sister.
It's alright. I rolled pretty low on its damage.
Okay.
20 points of piercing damage.
Low.
I'm gonna.
Its standard attack is 4d12.
Oh.
Oh,
There.
I rolled
Christ.
plus modifier. I rolled low.
I'm going to negate 4 of that. So how much is
Okay.
that? In
What
the
did I
end?
say? 20, wasn't I? So you're negating 4, so 16 piercing damage.
Okay. I am
this thing's
just in
dying.
double digits.
Okay. So it already used its bonus action to do the burrow, so it can't do it again. And that's its action. It doesn't get another attack because it attacked from hidden. Give me 1 sec to just double check a thing. Yep, it can't do its other. It can't do its other thing. It's already expended that. Okay, cool. That is its turn. However, I will say the blue glow starts to change color again and starts becoming a yellow sort of a color that then runs along in lines across its carapace and starts to light up the sigils and runes along with its eyes. Nofrit, your turn. It didn't manage to drag you down, but it's up out of the ground with you right there.
Okay. I have 2 ideas,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know which one to do. But I kind of want to do the heavier hit.
Go for it.
Oh, wait. Actually, what is the heavier hit? One of them gets me away.
Okay.
One of them I stay close. I saw it, No, but it's changing elements now. Without
Well, it's changing. It's
being-
changing. It's changing color. But what you noted is you probably wouldn't have seen the fact that Vander attacked it with fire, but you saw that it went red before it unleashed a fire attack and then went back to its blue.
I don't know
So
if
it's easy enough to
reacting.
surmise that there may be some sort of elemental attunement going on there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Especially given how your nature and relationship with elements.
Yeah, yeah. Do I get away, team, or do I just try and hurt it?
You're too close, and I don't like it.
Not a vibe.
This is not up to you.
Send
Nah,
it.
I'll save my heavier hit. Because of where Grit is,
Uh-huh.
and I can see he's quivering in his little boots. Can
No,
I
he's sitting on his
bonus
ass.
action
He's shitting
biff
himself.
him something? Can I just like throw something down to him with a bonus action? Is that okay?
sure. I think he's next in the initiative order, isn't he? So
Yeah.
Oh, not quite. But he is below you. Yeah, sure. If you want to. It
I
just
say-
depends on...
Grit, catch! And I throw the wand of magic missiles his way. And I am going to then while I'm standing here for the split second I'm gonna try and take a good look at the pathing of its ruins, and then I'm gonna go suck it and thunder step out and move.
Okay.
He has to do a Constitution saving throw, which he's gonna pass.
It does seem to be relatively resilient in that department, yes. Although it seems like every time there's a con save, I do kind of roll pretty low.
How far
where
can I
is it?
move?
Bonus.
I move.
It does still make it a 16 though.
It beats my DC.
Okay.
Half as much still.
Yep,
And
cool.
I can move. I can move up to 90 feet away.
I think that's the range on it, yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, Platinum, welcome to Nofrit. That's exactly right, yeah. Suck it.
Yeah. She's killed a man with this move, and she's gonna go stand
In one hit.
behind this pillar.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Ragdoll physicked him into the side of a cliff.
And it's 3d10.
Alright, yep, so you bamf out and suddenly appear over there and with a massive thunderous retort. Roll your damage.
Oh fuck! That's not even bad. It was 19, so halved is
So for things like
It's 8.
in the player's favor, I tend to round up most of the time, so it's 10.
10.
10. Okay.
He takes 10 thunder damage,
Okay.
and that's fucking all I can do right now. Oh, I lost one of my runes. Okay, that's the other thing I
That's all
did. That's it.
That yellow glow it's got intensifies.
Cool.
Glows brighter. So Grit sees you kind of disappear after catching this stick, and he's kind of like, "What am I supposed to do with this?" It's like, and just immediately starts booking it away from the creature. He doesn't know what it is or what he's supposed to do with it or how to use it.
That's okay.
He's been
He'll
throwing
figure
a
it out.
stick.
He's a big boy.
And he is out of tricks. So,
It is one of magic missiles with 13 charges.
yeah, but he doesn't know that.
No.
Yeah,
Switch
that's what I
and
mean.
Flick.
You literally threw him like an ornamental stick, and he went. He's not going to sit there and inspect it while that creature's right there. He's going to
explain
turn
it
and
on
book
my turn again.
It was a good idea. It just maybe needed a little more explanation for him. If it was a party
Yeah, but
member,
she
it would
was
have worked
right up
beautifully.
against the thing. She didn't have time for words.
No. So he's taken his 25. He's actually going to get as close to these two as we
Oh
can.
my god!
Hello.
Don't group up.
Um,
Don't.
Mostly because he sort
Don't.
of sees the fact that Seket's armored up, and they do appear to be the stonkier ones right now. So that's literally his turn, really. Yeah, he is all out of power. I don't think he's got. No, he doesn't have any of that extra equipment on him either. So that's Grit's turn, which brings us back around to Vanda.
Oh no!
Where do you think you're going? Vander will use his feline agility.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Thanks, Blade. We'll kill him for you.
Sprint up to here,
Yep.
which is only 60 feet. So he's still got 60 if he uses his bonus action.
Uh-huh.
But he is going to strike out with Charm Memoria.
Okay. Make your attack, sir.
Da, 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 da. I should write down what this plus is as opposed to trying to work it out each time. 23.
23 to hit.
Yeah, to hit.
Yeah, even if it uses its thing, it's not going to work. Yeah, 23 hits.
Okay.
Use one charge reinforced, which only takes it to 22. So yeah, you can't do anything about it. 23.
Let's do necrotic damage.
Oof, nice.
3 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
which is fine. Gives me a little health back.
Exactly. Every little bit helps.
I'm so
I
scared.
rolled quite low and did 13 plus that 3, so 16 points of damage total.
All right, cool. And he needs to make a charisma saving throw.
Yes.
Whoop. Holy shit. Oh no, that's right. It's got absolutely tanked charisma. Never mind. So that brings it down. I'm pretty sure to 13.
So that's a fail.
Yeah, it was a 16. So
Yeah.
yep. So Charm Moria sinks in, and you
Ugly.
ignite it with a little bit of necrotic damage, and you gain a luck point.
Yep.
And now that it has failed, yeah, it's almost like nobody else can see what happens. But as you strike with the dagger, you almost see like these strings almost erupt out of the hilt of the dagger as it's struck in, and then kind of wrap around the creature and tighten. And you can almost see where the strings are almost kind of cutting into the creature, but there's no actual visual effect to anybody else before they snap and release.
Oh,
Bound
that looks
like-
interesting.
Okay. What next, Vanda?
So the next attack gets advantage, doesn't it?
Correct. And if you hit, it is automatically a critical hit.
Alright.
You can do
Let's
it.
just go with the bond dagger.
Okay.
And it is at advantage, yeah?
It is. Yep, you get advantage.
That's fine. 23 again to hit.
You're getting just outside what it can do something about. Yep, 23 will hit. Literally 22 is where it can, or 21 I think is what it can do something about. But yeah. Whoa. Oh, okay, yep.
That's great because we've already done a critical hit with this dagger and it doesn't do much.
No, but, you know.
I mean, 8 points of damage.
8? Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Alright. So yeah, the strings have snaps, so that's 8. Okay. You are also starting to note that under this absolute barrage of things you guys are doing, there is blood starting to mix in with the glow of the runes and the lighting on its carapace. And the creature is maybe starting to get quite a bit more sluggish than it was previously. You guys have done some serious damage to this thing. Very, very rapidly.
Not as tough as you made out to be, are you?
Alright. Anything else there, Vanda?
No, Venda's going to stay there.
Okay. So, because we get round to initiative 20, that's where its elemental effect kicks in again. This time because it's infused with thunder. It was already charging up for thunder. You just happened to hit it with thunder as well.
Well,
Yeah, it's just going to point blank unleash, and there is this resonant boom, and you feel this concussive blast attempt to throw you backwards and away from it. I need you to wait a second while I double check and see what ridiculous save I made for this. Constitution saving throw, please.
Damn it.
you literally threw an enemy at me who only does elemental shit. That
Oh,
said,
I think I
it's
failed
gonna
that
suck
one.
up your elemental shit. I'm like, oh.
Do you know what the big thing is?
Huh?
No, I'll tell you later. Sure. Sorry. I shouldn't do it while you guys are literally still fighting it. Sorry. Yeah.
11.
Yeah, that's a fail. So you are the only one in range for this to hit. So
Yeah.
there is that as a small mercy.
The risk I took was calculated.
The
At
escape
least
I
got
took
some,
was
at least got some healing out of the
calculated.
out of the dagger too. So you take 16 points of thunder damage,
I would be dead.
and push 10 feet away from the creature.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to use my uncanny dodge to half that.
Yep. Good scheme.
So that's only 8 points, yeah?
Yeah, it takes the 8. Yep. 8 points of thunder damage. Yeah, and you are pushed basically 10 foot back.
Back to the stairs you go.
Yep. We are going to remove these guys because they are well gone now. All right, Vander, that was you. I did the basically what is considered a lair action here, which brings us around to Sekhet.
Okay.
Creature is looking rather sore. Also, those yellow lines again begin to fade back, begin to change back into blue.
I am going to use a hit dice.
Yes, let's go. Heal yourself up.
Oh, that was a lovely roll of an 8.
Woo! Plus your con mod. Hell yeah.
So that's 11 extra health, but my thing has frozen. Fantastic.
Now that shit she said about Vander's stories, with the knowledge that she was going to kill us in the mines, is very interesting. I hate her.
There was a route you guys could have taken for her to not necessarily be an enemy. So, but that's
But what did we do wrong?
nothing. You didn't do anything wrong.
You just didn't. Right.
You know what, Robert?
When you're right, you're right.
Sekhet is going to Toodle Boop up.
Yep.
I love toodle booping.
Toodle booping, it's great. It's the best kind of just recklessly charging at someone.
And she is going to use the effect
Mhm.
where magic infuses her weapon. So the one she's holding.
Yep.
And the weapon's damage type changes to force, and it gains the light and throne properties.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I am going to heave ho my greatsword at it.
Okay. Yep. Go for it.
And
Doesn't make it a returning weapon though, does it?
yes, it does.
Oh, it does?
Because if the weapon leaves your hand, the weapon reappears in your hand at the end of the current turn.
See, you see, Kaiser and Bex. I'm good at math and roll badly, so I'm at least going one way. Anyway, sorry. Yep, go for it, Sekhet. Make your roll. Damn, I actually forgot about
24.
that. Wow, 24. That hits.
You did this yourself, Quinn. You made her a juggernaut.
I know what I was doing.
Damn, bleed.
I know what I did.
We'll get our karma when he rolls a 20 and kills one of us.
This thing could easily kill one of you in a hit if I were to roll a 20.
Oh, even without a 20, I would die.
To be fair, I was very close to dying just that thunder attack.
Mm.
Yeah.
16
You were getting some healing, but not
for
a
my
lot.
first hit.
Oof, nice. 16.
And it doesn't reappear in my hand, so I am actually because I took the useful the useful longbow off one of the rangers when we killed them.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of used my bonus to change. Does it use my bonus to change what my rage is doing?
Only if it states that it requires a bonus action to do.
Well, it's.
I know that some of the yeah, if you know what I mean, like there are certain ones that you can reactivate as a bonus action, like summoning the flump sort of thing. I believe doesn't that require like a bonus or something?
Yes, but
Yeah. So unless it states that it requires a bonus action, no. You changing it is just you can just change it.
Oh, that's delicious. Okay, so does that mean I can use my bonus action to pull the bow off my back and shoot an arrow?
Yeah.
For my second attack?
Yeah. I mean, you're throwing a weapon on. I mean, this is your sort of your free action to then unhook another weapon, and as your second attack, yeah, you can fire a bow. Yeah.
That's with my dex, though, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Rip.
Which is definitely nowhere near as good as your strength right now. I mean, you could always turn the bow into a throwing weapon and just hoik the bow at it.
How about it? I rolled an 18 on the dice. My dex is 2. I'm proficient, so that's an extra 3. So 23.
Yep, that is. We've already established if it's 23 or higher, I can't do anything about it.
Oh, that worked out nicely. My dex is +2, and I rolled a fucking natural 18.
Very nice.
What kind of damage does an arrow do?
Well, it depends on the bow. What sort of bow is it?
The
Long bow or short
barbarian's
bow?
like, what did that even do?
Longbow.
D8.
So that's that plus my dex again, or is that
Correct. D8 plus your dex mod.
plus my rage?
No, because your rage has to be strength based, I believe.
Okay, no worries.
Pretty sure, yeah.
5 extra damage.
This thing is not looking particularly pretty as your arrow plinks into it. It's looking really, really bad.
that is nice because she would have kept that on her back because it was wood rather than metal.
True.
Excellent. So that's her done, I think.
That's her done. Okay. Well.
Oh, and he needs to roll to see if he's scared of me.
True.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, no, that's right. That's right. I will make that as the caveat to that. Sorry, it should only be a melee attack, but I didn't I didn't state that then and there. So yeah. No, he's good.
Cool.
Yep.
Wow, look at your ranged barbarian.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
This is so
Okay.
much fun.
I'm glad you're having fun. Come on, guys, we got this. We're gonna kill
Okay.
it.
Right. So, it's the bullet's turn. And it is going to... Oh, it's so hurt. No, it's got its instructions. So it uses its bonus to burrow.
Mm-hmm.
And gets to about there. And then it suddenly emerges from the stone again, around about there. And as it emerges from the stone, it kind of does very similar to what it did to you, Nofrit, where it sort of comes up almost, straight out. And then as it does, it sort of keeps going. And it keeps going. And it just begins to almost soar across the room. And it's going to initiate its deadly leap on these two.
Oh! I did.
Because it got to move as a certain amount of distance underground. This takes its action. So, Grit and Frey both need to make a strength or dex check, your choice. Grit? Wow, makes it.
18.
18.
That's
You
strength.
also make it.
Oh.
What happens is you are not knocked prone.
I will never be on my back.
Neither is Grit. You are pushed away from it 5 feet. And you will both take a chunk of damage.
Grit's only on 1 HP, isn't he?
Yeah,
He
Grit's gone
is,
down.
yep. So, let's take... Oh my god. Fucking my damage rolls tonight.
Would you whack my character again?
Let me just be clear. Okay,
Mhm.
this counts as 2 instances of damage.
Oh,
Bludgeoning
no.
and slashing. There is a total of 6d6 plus 8
Oh.
rolled. Okay?
How bad did you roll?
66 plus 8. I rolled a 19. You take half. So you take 9 points of damage.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Yes.
But that's fine. But oh
That's so
6
funny.
dice, and only I got a 3 on like one of them, and everything else was 2s and 1s.
Wow.
So my low rolls aren't happening on my d20 tonight. They're happening on my
They're
damage
having on the
rolls.
damage.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, that does knock Grit out.
Good for us.
So Grit is now unconscious.
Fuck. I just
Um,
got you up, motherfucker.
But that, you're not 66 plus 8. That'd be nice. It's 6 die 6.
Oh god.
Which is huge, but yeah. So it uses its bonus to
It
burrow.
happens. It happens on Fireball. It happens on all the good
Yep.
stuff.
Yeah, that's its bonus. That is all of its movement, because I had to do all that movement underground to get it to that point, and that is its action. The bullet is done. Nofrit, you're up.
She's like up against the pillar and like looking around and thinking, okay, it's using the elements. Cool. What can I do? And she's
It's
looking
gone
at
back
the
to blue now.
She's looking at the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
And please correct me if I'm wrong, but the ceiling of this place is still kind of like stalagmite. No, tight against the ceiling.
Yeah, it's not really stalactites, but it's just rough-hewn rock. Like, the roof of this place seems to have almost been sheared off by the rock itself, and then the rest of it's been built into it. So it's a very rough-hewn rock surface, but not really stalactites, not here.
Is there any protrusions?
There would be enough protrusions, it depends
And
on
something
what...
that might have
yeah.
looked like it had been shook and a little loose from our Grits doing his stompy stomp.
Makes sense to me, yeah.
Norfrit's gonna try and think back to what she's learned about her ruins. She's gonna look at a point right above the bullet, and she's gonna punch her fist into the wall, and as she does, she's also pulling down with this arm. And I want a trace of light to move from her throat, the rune for reverberation, resonance, vibration, to go down her arm into her fist, crawl along the ceiling, and just crack it enough that a 10-pound chunk falls down with catapult onto the bullet. Can I do that? Is that a thing I can do?
I think that is way too cool to say no to. Yep.
So he has to do a dexterity
You know, Minnie,
saving
you
throw.
can explain something in a cool fucking way. More often than not, I'm gonna go for it.
Yep. That's why I kept that one, because I was like, I want to fucking shake something loose. Yeah, so you have to do a dexterity saving throw.
Oh yeah, I'm great at dexterity.
I assumed you were.
Big lumbering monster like this.
Ooh-wee.
Okay. I rolled a natural 19.
Oh,
Fuck.
minus.
No,
Minus?
no, that's it. It's 19. It has a dexterity of 11. Okay, just that's it.
Okay.
Damn it, that would have been so cool.
It impacts against the creature must take it. On this failed save, the object strikes this creature. Okay. So it's gonna just smash on the ground right next to it.
Okay.
Oh, man. And I was gonna cast it at level 2, and I don't want to retroactive that.
Yep, your choice.
I'll say
Yep.
I cast it at level 2, the ground takes a bunch of damage.
Yeah,
And
take
a
that,
huge
ground.
chunk of stone goes boof. But I will say that, the chunk of stone fall, like, between Grit and the Boulette? Like, protect him a little bit?
Yep. Yep, you do know that this thing can move through rock like it's water, so probably not going to do too much, but yes, you can do that.
Yeah, that's...
That's you?
I don't have bonus actions.
I'm going to do something about that.
No, because I do have bonus actions. It's sorcery points, but I've used them all, so
But you,
that's my issue.
okay. Alright. So if that's your turn,
my
Nofrit?
issue. Yeah, I'm stay hidden behind a pillow.
Okay,
I
that brings us
could've-
back to
I-
Frey.
Imagine, I want to know what I would have rolled.
Okay,
No
yeah.
damage
No?
I would've done.
Yep, okay, so yeah, so Frey, this creature's leaped at you, and just the force of its landing has knocked you backwards.
It would have done 18 bludgeoning. That would have been so good.
Ooh. Yep. So Frey, what do you want to do?
She's gonna suck in air.
Yep.
Because she's badly hurt.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to use one of the 2 remaining spells that she has. She's gonna cast Moonbeam right on top of it.
Oh, I love that. Alright, yep. So,
And instead of the ghostly blue that it usually has, it has now taken on a purple and gold effect.
oh, I love that. Yep, alright. Cool,
It is
so-
a Constitution saving throw.
Thank you. Gonna ask what I needed to do. It has a high con, so that's 18.
It takes half.
Okay. Half?
Yep.
So it's at 2d10, I think, for Moonbeam?
2d10.
Yeah. Yep, so roll your damage.
It would have been cool. I mean,
It
it was
would've been
cool.
very
It's still cool.
It was, yeah, it still was very cool, yeah.
She's
So I
learning
rolled
about her shit.
19, so half of that.
Jesus, you rolled almost max. Can I have your damage rolls?
You want my
Uh,
dice instead?
Nope, you're good.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, me rolling max damage on this would be just horrific.
Slaughter.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this beam of purple and gold light, so very different to what you're used to, sort of sifts its way through the rock roof and sears onto this badly injured boulet. And you can almost hear the hissing and the bubbling of the blood on its back as it just kind of shrinks under the weight of this damage. Doesn't have a lot left. Is there anything else, Frey?
Nope, that's it.
That's it. That brings us to Grit, who is unconscious. So, death save for Grit. That's a 9. So that's one failed death save for
Oh, Grit! We can't lose
That
Grit
does-
and Harkison. That's not
Grit.
what
That does
heroes
bring us back
do.
around to Vander.
And my sword reappears in my hand.
Oh yeah.
True.
And
Yep.
as she's casting this, she does say, "Help me out here and now."
Alright. Yes, anyway, sorry. Off to Vander. You are up.
Why do you keep running from me? And Bender is going to jump onto his back
Yeah,
as he slashes down with both of these daggers.
So is it the same too? Charm Moria
Yeah,
and
same
Dragonbone? Okay. Go for it.
So first with the Jarma Moria.
Yep. So it's already failed a save, so it doesn't have to make any more saves. It's affected it once, that's it.
That's fine.
Yep.
What's that? 25?
Damn! What is with you
Yeah,
guys rolls
Vander.
tonight?
Rolling
What is
really well
Get
today.
happening?
him.
I'm so surprised.
Wow!
I did get a natural 20. I won't be sour.
That hits, yeah. I can't do anything about it. That hits.
Let's go with psychic damage this time.
Okay, cool.
Ray, did you
Give it
use
a
your
little
shield?
headache.
Oh no, it was an area of effect thing. It wasn't AC at base.
Yeah, it's not an attack, it's a saving throw.
Oh.
Yeah.
True. Poopy.
Okay, so that's a 4. A little bit of health back. Okay.
Diddle-a-dang.
18, 22 total.
Flatmate is smoking fish outside, and the cat is scabbing, and my whole room smells like smoke.
All right, team. As you leap astride this boulet, both daggers drawn, striking into it. How do you guys want to finish this?
Oh!
It had 8 hit points left.
Oh, if
Oh
I
my
had hit it,
God.
would have killed it!
Yep. Yep.
If I had done my fucking Eldritch
Uh-huh.
smite,
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
But you can.
Guess who
Yep.
steps up when all others fail?
oh, yeah,
Wow.
okay, kitty cat.
Okay.
I want the
Rise of Dark
the
Vander.
purple light from the psychic damage to fill those cracks where its light
Yes.
goes.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, to flood through. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. To then build up on its eyes, and then just like, and then it
Explode.
start crumbling away.
Is it bleeding out of its eyes like a Nistra did to everyone?
It is now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and as the sort of the runes sort of fill up with this overwhelming light from the dagger, it sort of reaches those eyes, which then almost kind of burn away in this purple energy. And you're close enough that you almost feel like you can hear that pop pop. Before sort of the body starts to stumble and stagger and starts to fall, and as it does, the rocks that make up its carapace start to flake and fall apart and slough away onto the ground. And you find yourself standing in a pile of rubble. However, the creature, once all the rubble fades, once all the rubble is gone, you find the small body of what looks like a little foul-blooded boy lying in the ruins.
Of course. Fuck.
The boulet was Jack all along.
No!
Well, this makes it easier. I was going to kill him anyway.
Oh my god.
You were?
After what they just
a
did to
life
us?
for a life.
I run over to Gret and I do the poultice shit again.
Slap again.
Make another medicine
I
check.
want to make sure. Is Jake dead?
You can make a medicine check if you want.
Yeah.
So we get two simultaneous medicine checks. One to stabilize Grit and one to check and see what Jack's status is.
3.
3? Yeah, I mean, he looks pretty well hurt. His clothing's pretty well torn up. You can sort of see some blood on him, but it is coated in a lot of that rock dust, so it's kind of become this coagulated sort of gloopy mess. As all the dust
through the
is.
chest just to
Yeah,
make
okay,
sure.
there it is.
Yes, chat. It's a child. Are you happy, chat?
There is
Are you
virtually
happy
no
now?
reaction as you stab through the child's
It's your
body.
Oh
The
no,
boy-
it's shot.
The boy is most definitely dead.
Excellent. I'm going to start looting him.
Oh my god.
First of all, how did Nofrit's medicine check go?
19.
19?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. You know what? We're just going to say, because you guys are now effectively out of combat, you can not only stabilize, you can help recover Grit.
Huh?
He survived. Holy shit. Good job
And
saving
as
him.
he's waking up, I'm like, it was a wand of magic missiles.
supposed to know that?
I'm not
You threw a stick at me!
sure.
Alright. Then he also sees the boy and goes, oh, holy shit.
I stand up and I say to everyone, we need to be dead. We need to get out and be dead. They need to think we're dead so that we can leave and fight them another day. I have nothing. And I turn away from the child and
Okay.
just
So you're
try
looting
not
Jack,
to cry.
Vander? Alright,
Yep.
so you find a couple of things that look like they might be of interest. One is he does have a little pendant on that seems to have a lock of hair wrapped around a little bit of wire. Just there's something about it that kind of draws your eyes. Like, okay, that looks like it could be something interesting. He also seems to have a very shiny and clean belt buckle on. Get you to make me an investigation check.
Oh, that's okay.
Non-threat? That is my fucking favorite word for no threat now.
I love that basic. Sorry, what was it?
16.
16? Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, he also seems to have on a set of boots that draw your eye. So, boots, a locket, and a belt buckle that all look like they could be interesting in some way. He doesn't have a weapon. He doesn't have pockets with any sort of anything else of any interest to it. It's just really kind of those three things that might draw your attention. Right.
It's gonna change.
What's happening, team?
I agree, we need to get out of here. Problem being, I think they're gonna know we won. So I just think we need to run. We need to run far and we need to run fast.
Agreed.
Okay.
We could. Wayward Leaf, the monastery, the monks. They're in the mountains here. We need to get out, and we need to run. Grit, I think you should come with us. For now, until we can figure out.
This is kind of my home. I need to see what's going on first.
You're
You're
not
going
going to
to
live
die.
long.
You're not gonna get out of the cave the way they came in.
Rich. She's gonna point at Hawk. Look what they fucking did to him.
I
Do you
see
think they're
that.
gonna let you live?
No, of course not.
Yeah.
And
But do
currently,
you really
you
think
come with
I can let
us.
everybody else up there
They
deal with
don't
this
know
without any sort of
anything,
warning?
really.
Have they believed you before?
Well, I've never really directly spoken out about Marat, so no, I guess not. Well, how are you planning on getting out except the way you came in? It's kind of the same thing, isn't it?
No, there has to be another way.
there has to be another way.
The ants came in some way. There has to be another way out.
That's
go
a really
back
good
down that
point.
way.
Yeah. Let's go in the other
And
room.
we still have this scroll.
I mean,
If we can rest down here, there's potential that I can try.
there are exits to the mines that'll take us elsewhere, but it's a dangerous trip to be able to go anywhere except the main excavations.
Well, we need you to guide us then, because you are part
I
of our
can,
evidence.
but do you really think any of us are in a situation to be able to potentially fight our way out of here right now?
No. But
Right.
are we in any situation to stay here?
Next to his dead child, where he
I
knows
can
where
lead
the
you
child
guys out,
is.
but I don't have anything left in the tank right now.
You have a
And-
wand of magic missile.
Well, that's true. Does it have a magic word or something? Probably has a word to it, that's right.
It's just
Like
gesture
magic
based.
things, I think you just give it a shake and it works.
Okay, that's not how I do it, but
Aye, alright. Well, look,
Second just
Thank you.
kind of
All of you.
grins tightly at
I will-
Nufrit.
I'll do what I can and lead you out of here. But respectfully, when we're out, I'm going back to the town. And if it's to meet my death, so be it. And I hate to spit in the eye of everything you've done. But I'm not leaving those people alone. Not with this happening. That's my choice. It's my home and it has been for years, and I value and cherish the people here. I understand you need to run, but I'm
I
not doing
mean,
that.
we're not running forever. We're running so that we can come back in strength.
Aye, I understand that. Please understand my point of view.
I understand. You have to be the messenger. And then when
I
we
have
do
to
come
try.
back, then they will know that you were right.
Right. Well, first thing we got to do is try and get through that thing. And he sort of looks at the gate.
Or we go back through there, like Vanter says.
I think the further we go that way, the further we get into the seam and the more unstable it's likely to get. Honestly.
There is also potentially evidence that I wasn't able to grab.
We should get as much as we can.
Alright. Alright. Let's get ourselves sorted then. Okay. So, you guys are going to go back into the other room and try and gather some evidence?
Yep.
Right.
As we're walking down the corridor, I just grab Sekit by her arm for a second and we just share a look. And I give her a nod and we carry on. It's not verbal, it's just like a...
Yep.
That was a close one.
Yeah.
Alright. So you guys reassemble in the chamber where you fought Kieran and the ants. You may rummage through. Whoever is leading this can make an investigation check with advantage, because I'm assuming you're all kind of going to be helping here, but we'll just do one check.
I think
So whoever wants to lead it.
me and Grit will be looking at the walls to try and figure out if there is any other exits to this place, rather than helping do that part.
In which case, I'll get you to do a nature check with advantage rather than me rolling a thing. Yep. So who wants to lead the... Yep.
I'll do it.
All right. So make an investigation with advantage because of your team.
14 for nature.
14? All right. We'll get the other part first.
Guys, that was close.
That was a 13.
13?
That was so close.
All right, so you, between the rest of you, you do kind of feel as though you've gathered a fairly amount of stuff, fairly decent amount of bits and pieces. There's all sorts of bits of documents. You find supplies. Weirdly enough, in amongst some of the crates, you find weapons and armor that seems to be plain and unadorned. No markings of any kind, but all fresh and almost newly made. We can go over what you discover when we sort of reconvene. I'm not going to do that now. It'll take maybe a little bit too much time.
And is definitely grabbing the daggers that Karen had.
Oh, yes.
Don't think I forgot about those.
Yeah, definitely. Those daggers, by the way, just because we're here and you are looting her, they actually do have a little spot in them for a collapsible vial in the hilt. So that when you attack, you can actually apply either an instance of poison or acid, but it does consume that vial. So it's kind of a consumable resource that you can sort of use to do an additional instance of damage. But yeah, you collect what you feel should be enough evidence. You can overall, if you would like, for now, get a short rest. We're going to keep pushing on anyway. Between Nofrit and Grit, you do find a place where you think maybe you might be able to get through. Grit is tapped out, which means unless you guys want to try and force your way through, the only recourse that he mentions to you is the stone-shaped scroll. It's a matter of whether you want to use it now or save it up for later. The other option is whether you guys actually try and take a long rest down here and regain your things.
Is there
What's
a
up, Frey?
possibility that Frey can use Mold Earth to move some of the stones?
Slowly, bit by bit, over the course of time, you can, yes.
Yep, she's going to continuously do that to keep her mind off of everything else.
Okay, are you going to take a short rest? I mean, yeah, actually, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, we'll keep pushing on. The thing being, at some point, you guys, whether you use that scroll now or later, you will be able to find an exit from the mines. I'm just going to try and fast track because I know we're out of time and we're going to wrap up sort of the end of this arc. It is a bit of a long, arduous journey. to try and take an alternate route out. Grit does his best. He does have to lead you back initially into the main segment of the mines, back with the crawling metal-eating creatures, before taking a deviation elsewhere. And it is a long climb because he's taking you to a place where there isn't an elevator. You know, you guys literally have to be climbing your way out of mine shafts to get up here. So the thing being, by doing it this way, it is actually going to take you a couple of days. If you choose to try and find your way out this way.
Yep.
Okay?
We're
That's
not
fine.
going. Yeah, we're not going the
And
other way, right? Team?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
No.
So
We're acting
you guys-
like
you
we
guys-
fucking died down there, and we're
yeah, so you guys
stuck
are
there.
avoiding Ruavan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying you died down here. So is that the play you're going to give Grit as well? You're going to explain to him that?
Well, then wouldn't.
No, they're not going to believe it as soon as they see Grit.
That's the thing. Are you explaining that to Grit?
No, the whole time on this 3 days of travel, we're trying to convince Grit
Okay.
to hold out. To like, we understand his like that's his home, but
Yep.
sometimes you have to leave
yeah,
home to
2,
save the
8.
home. Like-
Jesus, what did you end up on, Vander? Sorry. Health-wise.
Started at 7, got up to like 26,
Yeah.
got down to 12,
Ooh.
got
Jesus.
up again to something else, and now
15,
I'm
I
back to
think.
full with that short rest.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Wow.
Yeah, no, I yo-yoed a
We
bit.
really bounced.
Oh boy. All right. So,
A short rest. We can
Uh,
do the healing thing.
yeah.
That was the
Um,
second time that I went down to like 7 or 8 hit points
Yeah.
that entire time.
If it took
So-
out, if it takes 3 days though, don't we technically get a long rest?
You will be able to if that's what you choose to do. You can keep pushing and keep pushing, and you can make it out in, a day, or you can take long rest or 2, and it'll take, I'm going to say like 2.5 days, which will round out to about 3 since you guys came down here.
I think because we're all shook up as much as we want to get out of here fast, I think we do take our time. And
Yeah,
also
we
because
wanna go
it's an
carefully.
unstable cavern and we don't
Okay.
know where we are, so it's sort of like
So we'll say 3 days since you entered the mines, which is easy enough for me to do. Okay. So you eventually do come out on the western slopes of the Sunreach Mountains, somewhat north of Ruavant. The Reaching River is heading its course out through the Summer Realms, marking the point between the northern and southern separation of the country. From here, you're kind of central, whether you want to head north or south. I'm going to get you to make a persuasion check with advantage, Nofrit, over the time that you've been trying to convince Grit. He very much does not want to leave the town, but he understands your argument.
Yeah.
So we're going to get you a persuasion check to see if your argument is enough to push him.
That is plus 9 plus 7.
So 16?
With advantage?
And that was advantage?
Yeah, I rolled a 3 and a 9.
Okay.
Nice hit.
Oh,
This is where you use your luck crystal.
Oh, I have luck!
Yeah,
We're long
if you would like to, because he
Big
rolled very
dice.
high as a counter.
Oh, it's 18, so a little bit better.
It's 18
Yeah.
on the dice.
Yeah. 11 plus 7.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, okay. For now, Grit will agree with your course of action.
Oh, thank God.
However, he wants you to know that he is going to be returning to that town because there's no way he can leave things.
We're
as
not
they
telling him
stand
he
with
can't.
The people there.
We're
Yep.
just needing
Oh,
to.
yeah.
We need to get him allies.
You've made your course of
Oh,
action
it
kind of
would
clear.
be-
He's making his.
It would be a damn shame if someone knocked him out and we just took him with us.
So,
We've just lost a slave. We can't lose another one. We can't gain
Stop
another
calling
one.
him a
No.
slave.
I'm calling him a slave.
So- sitting here on the borders of northern and southern Summer Realms, where are you guys going to look at heading next? To some place of safety and potentially to hide away? You know that south is going to take you back towards Ruavant, towards the Markenmere, towards Fort Falling Embers, across the Misty Cleft into Cascorn. You could potentially travel south and beyond. You know that north will take you into the northern Summer Realms, where the capital of Sunhaven resides in the sky. You could head out east into the elven lands of Lyra, or you could travel even further west and go to the dwarven nation of Urend. From here, it's entirely up to you where you want to go.
Did we have a look at the evidence we collected? Does anything look worthy of taking to the capital and to the king?
Do you want to do that now? Because I was saying we can do that when we pick back up. I can do a little bit now to give you some sort of an idea if you want.
I
Have
do
you got
need...
like a minute, 2 minutes? I can do that. That's easy enough.
Yep.
Okay. Right. Just roll a d20 for me. And I'll roll one as well just to check something.
2!
2! Okay. Just simply because of the time that it's taking and the fact you're so focused on leaving and escaping, yeah, the light is not great in there. You haven't really had a good time to actually get through what you've assembled to be able to get any real sort of idea on what might be there. There's nothing particularly clear that leaps out at you, but you're just... Oh, Perd's saying take as long as you need. Is that okay? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In which case, if you guys were to, have one sort of final long rest either outside of this hidden mine exit or just inside, I'm not going to go too much into it because there will be a bit, and as I say, we'll come back to that when we get back to it. But there are some things that you're capable of sifting through and discovering. In and amongst the bits and pieces of the plain but new armor, you see that there are certain little written designs that seem to have various crests and designs of different houses or orders on them. One of them in particular does kind of ping your collective consciousness because you've been dealing with them lately, and that is the Royal Knights. One that you met some of them in the Fort of Falling Embers. There are a variety of other things that refer more to stuff with the slaving network, but again, we'll get into that next time instead of me doing too much of it now. However, you do note that in amongst some of the stuff that had obviously been primarily targeted by the acid ants, but was very quickly salvaged by Vander, there are a few notes about a specific amount of time and a plan that is being put into motion that is to come due on the crest of summer. A couple of pages mixed in with that, you do hear about plans here within the Summer Realms, and a location is written. You may or may not have heard of it, but mentioned only once that you can see in and amongst the notes is that of a place called Reardon. There is a mention of the capital, Sunhaven, and outside of that, there is one other place that is mentioned, which is the Bay of Mists. Anything else really to take time? It would take like quite a bit of time of maybe a little bit more of a safer place to be able to rest and take a good look through to be able to decipher much. But as far as any sort of clues about what might be coming, what they might be doing, where they might be going, what's happening, they will be the primary things that I can tell you right now you got. So with that, it's entirely up to you, team, on where you want to go, to potentially go into hiding, to do whatever it is you want to do. I just want to get some idea of where you guys are heading now.
We have
Like
to,
Alfred's idea.
Close
Let's go
up.
to the monastery.
right?
Yeah.
I don't think
Let's
they would
start there.
expect it. It's not a expected place for us to go. So therefore, if we go there, it's a decent enough place to hide. But also, competent people, right?
Maybe we could get some help. That is good thinking.
Wayward Leaf said that there is ways of training there too. And after that, I think I could learn a thing or two. We all got
Okay.
way too close.
There is another thing I must tell you guys.
What's that?
Hetty is still within me, but you won't be seeing her for a while. And it is not because I am keeping her captive. She made some sacrifices so that we could live. But it
What?
has taken a big toll on her, so she's going to rest for a while.
Then maybe the monastery is the best place because, hey, up there in the mountain, there's only one way to come at us, right? We could probably rest.
I think she would like the mountains. Let's go there.
All right. So that's your destination.
I use one of our 3 use communication crystal
Mm-hmm.
to call ahead to Wayward Leaf and tell them we need help and we're on our way.
Okay. Did Wayward Leaf tell you he was going back to the monastery after he met you?
Yeah, he told me to come train with him.
Okay. Cool.
At least that's how I remember it.
What is it? It's, let me just check my calendar whereabouts. Oh, it doesn't matter. So with that, he gets to respond, right?
Well, I think the communication crystal that we got is essentially the sending spell, but it's only
Right,
3
okay.
uses.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you're not sending a specific message, so you will get back from this. It's kind of like, oh, I think I remember you. Yes, from Cascorn. All are welcome at the Volanista, training or succor or whatever it is you require. Always a pleasure to meet friends, new and old. Be welcome. Or something along those lines. So, you guys set out. You move out of the foothills of the Sunreach Mountains back down to the main trade route, and you come across the bridge, across the Reaching River, and step into the northern summer realms where the plains sort of roll out in front of you. And perhaps maybe just in the very, very far distance, you can see a glint in the sky of the floating palace of Sunhaven. And somewhere further north along the Sunreach Mountains, the Volanista Monastery, where you might just be able to find a little bit of respite and figure out what you're doing next and how to deal with the threat that is Farouz Marat and Innistra. With that, guys, you have saved the town of Ruavant. You actually have done more than I think you realize you have, because you didn't go back there. You do level up,
Woohoo!
so you are now level 7, and I know some of you are probably going to make some decisions about what you're doing with that.
Shit.
I bloody leveled up when I hit Juggernaut of the Wild.
And there will be some things that we will address starting up next time as well, regarding some particular story beats about what happened with Frey as well.
Oh shit.
Just let it be known, Frey, that your keeper hasn't abandoned you and you haven't abandoned her. There's just happened to be a slight shift in something that we will talk about and we will get into in next time. Well, when we pick up. Just in case you were going, wait, no, the keeper of Win is supposed to be my keeper. No, please, I'm not taking that away from you.
Funny feeling.
Yeah, I'm not
'Cause
taking
there's
that agency
stuff-
away from you at all.
Oh no, there's stuff happening in
There
the
is.
background.
And you've been aware for a while there's been something going on with your keeper.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's it's me planting the seeds for all of you for a little bit more of some story beats going forward.
I'm guessing that the Keeper of Dark is probably going to be taking the Keeper of Winter's mantle like she did.
Let me do one thing here that I don't know if I've talked about or revealed yet. There is something that is known as a neuromancy. if you guys have ever heard of it.
No.
No? You are not familiar with the name with the word Onero?
Onera the moon?
No, no. No, I'm not talking about Syleria. I'm talking about real world.
Oh.
It is to do with dreams. The name Onera literally transforms into dream. Now, it has been hinted while you guys were saving Surawatha that she was taking a part of the mantle of the Keeper of Dreams. That was always part of the plan, and the clue was literally in her name.
Mhm.
That doesn't mean she's taking over the mantle of winter, but you've had little bits right from the very start, right from your prologue session, Frey, as there was something going on with your keeper that is not quite right. There's something happening. There's a threat, or there's something that's preventing them from acting with the freedom that they might normally. So what Onera, the Keeper of the Dark, said to you was more about, look, you know, you might start to have an issue with your keeper. I'm going to step in for now to help keep you and your powers going while there's a little bit of a power flux. That's really what it's going to amount
There's
to.
there's a big baddie walking around fucking being like, ooh.
Yeah.
yoink."
I'm glad you like that, Kate. I planted that a long time ago, and there may be more name and symbology stuff, but that's just part of how I operate, and I know my players know that I do that too, so...
Ooh.
When they pick up on shit, it's great. When they don't pick on shit, it's still great.
We miss so
Little
much shit, Kate.
spell.
We miss so much.
But you also pick up on a lot of stuff I don't expect you to pick up on, so hey, it works both ways.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, so that is
I
the
get
end of
level
this
4
arc.
spell.
Yep, you guys can choose to do with your level 7 what you wish. You don't have to do it now. Obviously, you've got some time to think about it. Holy shit, guys. That,
Holy
Especially
shit.
after a fight like that, we gotta think about what
Yep.
our characters'
there
depths
were
are.
a ton of different ways this entire scenario down in the mines could have gone with all of the people involved. My hopes were not high for Harkison the moment you decided to take him with you being level 2. I'm sorry. My hopes were not high for him at all.
We did not realize he was level 2.
I am very glad and very happy that you saved Grit, but I am also amazed that you saved him given what he just went through.
Yeah. I was determined.
He was the
Um,
reason Second rushed in. Like, she wasn't gonna...
No, it's... Yeah, a long overdue level up. And some interesting story beats for you all personally. Well, maybe not all, but we've done little bits for everybody over the course of the last,
Oh yeah, for sure.
10 to 15 sessions to start
there's-
planting some more seeds.
There's seeds of stuff.
Yep.
That is happening right now. That is very.
And we will be able to
Unpack
give you some
that.
more stuff with what happened, what you recovered from Marat's hidden stash and evidence, if you will, about what might be happening. So I guess my one question to you guys is, what are your thoughts on his status? Do you think he is king, or do you think he is White Knight?
White Knight. He's still answering to someone else.
Okay.
Who's not gonna let the timeline sped up. That's my thought.
No? Cool. Just me being curious.
For me, I think he was trying to make a play to be king, but it didn't go as planned because his main piece,
His golden egg.
his golden egg, was freed.
Which,
But I think he
interestingly
was
enough,
making a play to do like a thing there.
convincing Grit to go with you, you might be able to get more of that, because he was the one that was close with the girl
And
he
part
called
of
Jewel.
yeah.
By the way, the reason he called her Jewel was because she didn't speak. I don't know if that was ever mentioned.
That was not.
She was
No.
mute.
She didn't speak. Mute or not, she didn't speak, so he called her Jewel and she accepted that name. Just because I couldn't remember whether he actually mentioned that she never actually spoke. But yeah, that
No,
was
that's not
that was
mentioned.
why he called her that.
I gotta run.
Yep.
I also don't think that he's king, but I do think Inistra might be queen, because Karen said for the queen.
Yeah.
As they died.
Mm-hmm.
She did very much did.
And Queen's a very powerful piece.
Wait,
Well, I mean,
And I think she's way more powerful than we think.
What?
there are two queens in a chess game, and you already know one of them,
Mm.
which was Claiborne. So Claiborne's rank was queen. So
Oh, I'd forgotten that.
yeah, and he was the one who was figuring out who other chess pieces were, and in his notes surmised that Firuz Marat was in fact the White Knight. He also, I think, uncovered who he thought one of the bishops was, which was a lady named Shonda Galespring in the town of
That's
Kuala.
right.
Yep. So yeah, it's one of those things I've always kind of wanted to do, Luna, and we've just never really done, is actually just having a little bit of a chat about the game
should
and stuff
probably-
in general.
Just to explain, because our lovely Sicket/Hetty Vixen is about to have a baby. So
Yes.
there is going to be a pause in this game, as we know it, for a little
It's why we've
period of
been-
time.
It's why we've been rushing to get this arc done and playing every week whenever we can.
Baby
just to get this
could have been
particular
born on
arc
stream
finished.
today, and I was hoping, but it was
Yeah,
Vixen's face.
yeah, Baby on Stream was one
Baby
of the
on
calls
Stream!
to the start of this one, yeah.
Well, you literally said last time you were glad you didn't go into labour because of the stress of the fight.
And since then we've been having niggles and like some like engagement and then not engagement, so I could literally pop at any time.
So
we're-
yeah, I'm
we're
going to
glad
miss
to
playing
finish the
D&D, and especially with these nerds. But yeah, it's obviously for a good reason, and it's a Christmas break.
But
so-
maybe we should do like a talk show, Quinn, and like unpack some world stuff.
we've
Not
we've
like
sort
all of it,
dis-
obviously, because we're still
No.
playing it.
No, but we've sort of discussed it before, and I'm down for it as long as I'm not explaining stuff that is relevant to the campaign, which unfortunately can be a lot.
Yeah,
So there's obviously a lot I
And you
can't
never
talk
know
about.
what we're gonna stumble on later. Like
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
a vision from a cursed dagger. Oh, really, Quinn? Interesting.
I'm so tempted
Look.
to take banishment.
Banishment.
Well,
That'd be so tasty. Are you looking at your level up? Oh my god, I'm not even
That'd be a
looking.
really
Yeah.
interesting spell in Syleria. actually.
I'm really tempted to take either banishment or aura of life.
Mm.
I
Now, obviously,
just-
yeah, you don't have to decide now,
I'm still
but yeah, you
thinking of
can.
dipping
take
into
your time.
monk chat. but
I know you
don't
are,
know.
which is why, yeah, we've
I
got some
wanna-
time.
So cool. We're going to the monastery for that.
Which, when you did the
Yeah.
whole slam the wall and do the, I was sitting there going, yeah, you're fully going into your earthbending shit.
Oh,
here.
I really fucking am.
I was,
like, honestly,
that was
I just
literally what I
wanna-
had in my head. It's like,
she's
yeah,
like an
You're gonna
elemental,
become
like
Melon
her spell casting is very physical. Like in my brain, she's
Yeah.
always like doing some kind of movement for it. Like there's always a thrust, a push, like a
it was
yeah.
There was
a
sort
press.
of a wee part of me that felt a little bad throughout all of that because Seket got so much and Freya Lise got something and then Vander got the dagger and it's kind of like, but Nofrit got nothing. It's kind of like, yeah, but
No.
Nofrit's actually had quite a bit leading up to this
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the stuff at Fort
She had like
Falling
a whole
Embers.
half a episode that was just dedicated to her learning
Yeah,
about
so
her
it's kind of
runes.
like, I was kind of like, I had to remind myself, it's like, no, it doesn't matter and I don't need
Yeah.
everybody to get
And
some
I-
sort of fucking thing.
Last time my snake stick woke up, which is a moment,
Which is, yeah. And which again, you guys get your gifts can evolve, your crystals can evolve, your own sort of bits
and
and
my
pieces.
stick
like your-
becomes a +2 arcane folk.
not quite yet,
Oh,
but
okay.
it can
I
get
was
new
hopeful.
things. But that's where you guys get to also, throw ideas at me for what you want that are,
Yeah.
they're on par for your character. But I also got to get two of you guys getting closer to the visions of
Oh.
yourselves you saw.
Quinn,
God.
you know what
Yeah.
I just realized?
Two of you,
This
not
is-
just you, Sickhead. Two of you.
This is the second time
Yeah.
that a character of mine has basically swapped between patrons
Oh, interesting.
or deities in the maze.
Yeah, oh yeah. Wow, that's
Yeah.
going back. Yeah, trust me. I'm not trying to do you dirty, Frey.
Oh, I am
There is a very,
A-okay
very
with that,
good
though.
story and lore reason why, and it just happens that okay, cool. You guys actually did the stuff to kind of free Onira not so long ago. It it works out.
fits, yeah.
But here's the thing, I am A-okay with it.
And that was kind of why, like, when I was saying earlier, Vixen, about, do you trust your DM? Because I know I might sound like I'm doing some really hinky things sometimes. It's like, as long as you guys trust that I'm not actually trying to screw you over,
Oh, I was really
we're
waiting
fine.
for Frey to actually lose her powers entirely.
No. I'm not doing that. I'm not interested in that sort of nonsense.
I'm
Yeah.
super interested on the effect that this is going to have on Hetty because
Oh
she
my
just went
God.
through like
Yeah, what
life and
happened to
death,
her?
being helpless as a backseater. Like all she can do is just pray that that second could get them through, and for once
Yep.
that physical barrier stopped.
Because
Like
yeah, this is why I sort of realized I was supposed to do this last time, because my trigger for Goldilocks showing up and offering you this Juggernaut of the Wilds was actually tied to a death.
What happened to
Mm.
Hetty when Sekhet went down?
so, Hetty was basically in the back screaming in terror
Aw.
and trying to give Sekhet like some kind of strength, some kind of like dodge, or like, and she just got absolutely pummeled. But she had no control. She was helpless, and she was in the background. So she's had all this like trauma of being trapped again and not being able to do anything and losing life. Like
Yeah.
in my mind, Sekhet died, and Hetty was there for a second more, just
Before she went to unconsciousness.
before she went to
Yeah, she faded.
unconsciousness. And because like it just took a moment for the brain to catch up, and
Yeah.
the other
The, the
kind of
synapses just
soul.
stop firing.
And she's
Yeah.
always really synaptic, so it wasn't
Mm.
pleasant for Hetty. And
No.
then she's now been reduced to not even being
Hey,
able to
cheers,
come out
man.
again.
Yeah,
Um,
I felt rough doing that, but it's kind of like this is the person in charge, and it's like I was saying when I was originally trying to design the changelings for Syleria and make them work. Part of the idea of it was that exactly how they are now, but
For
when
an
you get to a
android? What the
certain
fuck?
point, you're capable of, for a very brief time, being able to merge your personas and use the abilities of both. Like that was the original
I
idea I
love
had.
that. I
It was
love
the
that.
original idea I had for them, but they were so powerful and I couldn't find a way to balance that. So eventually it was kind of like, no, they stay separate. This is my homage to my original idea for that. That's all this is.
I,
this
I,
is me living my power fantasy of changelings through you.
I love it though because it plays so much into Hetty's story as well. Like
Yeah.
she has sacrificed so much more than even Sekhet understands. Like Sekhet understands um, the lack of strength, the lack of the health spring, and
Mm.
some more control over that chaos inside her, her magic. But Hetty, like, she almost didn't go for that fourth one. Like she, like, knew
Yeah.
that.
I knew it was going to be rough. That was why I gave it to you in that order, because I thought this is going to get progressively harder.
Say yes to.
Yeah. Strength, easy. Health, magic,
Yeah,
abilities.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
but just that tacked on little thing, she like she can't come out for a bit, like having that enforced, like it's not Sekhet saying, oh no, I'll protect us, I'll take the reins. It's you've sacrificed your freedom for our
It,
survival.
it's
Yeah.
literally because she can't. Like she doesn't have the strength to take control.
Yeah,
Um,
and having that just after being dead,
everything.
like being unconscious,
Yep.
and
Ugh.
then and
That's
being like still alive in a dead shell, heck, and
Yep.
no control over it. Like
It's why Goldilocks said there's going to have to be a sacrifice, and it wasn't just him sacrificing something. He knew exactly what was going to go on. You know,
I love
he knew it was
Goldilocks'
going to be
little
rough.
sassy look over at Frey, like,
The Lady of Sacrifice. Yeah. Which is the other thing, is you did get a wee maybe teaser for who Goldilocks actually is there too in some of
My
the stuff you
children, the
said.
changelings, like, excuse me?
We're in the business of our patrons.
You've wanted to
not
know
letting
who
us
he
know
is.
everything.
Now you've got another wee tease about who Goldilocks might actually be.
And maybe why he was locked away. Like,
And maybe, yep,
Mm.
and maybe why he was locked away. He's given you an evolution or a power that the changeling race, for some reason, were denied or was stripped away from them. He's
Yeah,
done
like,
something
I'm
that should not
suspicious.
have been.
Hmm.
So yeah, when he said you won't be hearing from him for a while, that's potentially because there's repercussions for him doing this as well. But
Telling some
that's something to
such
address
a
later,
public
not right now.
I
wow.
I was gonna say, chat, if you have been enjoying D&D, and it seems like people have been really enjoying us doing the weekly D&D, which is, you know, it has been a little bit like Sunday, Saturday, whatever, but
Chaotic all over the place.
chaotic,
Yeah.
but it's still weekly. I'll try and keep D&D up on the channel more, whether it's Syleria or else. I would like to hear from chat, and you can talk about this in the Discord if you would like to see a D&D Christmas game. Because we talked about that a while ago, Quinn, remember?
Yes.
You could do a chill and chat about D&D. Yeah, D&D's nuts, but oh, sorry, I shouldn't.
Well, I'm glad people enjoy D&Ds. Hopefully you're enjoying this D&D.
I love this game. I fucking love this game so
Me
It's-
too. I love this game so much.
It's very different from
I
a lot
love
of the
this
D&D stuff I
team.
watch. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's not up everybody's alley because of the way I tend to run things and maybe
Oh,
make things a
it's so
little
up my alley.
less silly and a little more serious, but we still have our silliness.
We
And
still
when we do,
find the
it's great.
silliness, and I love
yeah.
the team, like in particular, like because the play, like the characters themselves, all have their okay. We have to laugh about this because it's really bad.
'Cause it's really bad,
and,
yeah.
and it's quite
Because I
funny.
do nothing but throw bad shit at you. But when I go silly, I go full on fucking silly, so you know.
So yeah, so we'll do some one shots while we're Vixen down.
Yeah.
And we'll just see. I was already promised a Christmas game. You were promised a Christmas game, but I hadn't told chat about it, Purdy. All right.
And you know, because we're still live on the internet, I am going to say now I want to get another Morius game in with you, Pud.
Ooh,
I
shit.
finally watched that the other day. Holy shit, that was a good game.
I
That
should
was so
watch
fun.
that. I
Oh, the
should watch
Morius
that.
one from the Morius and Frey Adventure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, there was a little bit of lore dropped in that one too, so you know.
That's kind of why I'm like, I haven't watched it because I don't know if it's going to spoil anything. But then I'm also
No,
like, I'm
no,
not
it
watching
won't spoil anything. It's just extra sideways lore. Yeah,
canceling your crit.
could be different, Kesley. Right?
But yeah, we'll try.
Oh, come on! He never gets to crit.
We might
Son of a
even try some D&D adjacent things. I might try run a Delta Green at some point. There's a couple other systems I wouldn't mind trying. I don't promise it'll go well on stream because it'll be new systems, but you know,
Always worth a shot, though.
always want to
And
try.
maybe, you know, I'll do a guest appearance and we can introduce new Bubby to the world.
Yes.
I know, Purdy. I was literally thinking Overlight. I owe you an
gonna say,
Overlight game.
That's a little bit of a throwback one, Perd. I haven't heard you ask about the overlight for a while.
Yeah. No, I literally, it's like part of my mission for summer is to actually just like expand my RPG, roleplay tabletop games repertoire a little bit. Because there's friends of mine talking about Pathfinder as well, but that would be off stream. But if I learn Pathfinder, then maybe we can bring it on stream sometime. Because
Yeah.
ooh, Luna just went live. Oh, okay, cool. We can do that.
I hear you, Perd. Gave up asking.
But also, it wasn't happening. It is happening. It's just been, I don't know. It's been a weird couple years.
7 years later.
7 years later.
Ah,
We will
7
start this
years
raid because otherwise we're
later.
going to stay and talk forever. And
We are, yeah. That's exactly
we
the
all
nature
need to
of it.
hop off. I need to keep doing work today.
Oh, dear Lord.
Purdy put GM
Hey.
to sleep already.
Thank you, guys.
Aw.
Oh, has he? Oh.
Look at the big boy. He's so grown up
Oh, yeah.
now.
Go for a big sleep.
Yes, he is.
That's so
All right.
sweet.
Thank you,
All right.
guys. I'm very happy you survived. Congrats on
I
making it through
honestly,
that.
coming into this, didn't think I was going to.
It was
Shit,
rough.
Planet,
It was
you
rough,
did.
but thank you for all of that, guys. I appreciate it. Always do. You're lovely people, and I love playing D&D with you.
I love playing D&D with you
Right
too.
back at you. It's been amazing.
And thank you, chat, for being along for this arc.
I need
If
to
you
run.
want, check out the VODs on YouTube. The whole arc is pretty much up there. I just need to put some thumbnails on the last couple, but you know, if you want to check it out, go watch it.
Yeah.
But that's all from us. Stay spicy, stay feisty. We'll see you in a big exploration soon. We love Fixin' and her baby. Baby hi.
Yay, baby hype. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop whoop.